Hello and welcome to the ePREMIER League Invitational. I'm Adam Smith and today I'll be joined by Joe Tomlinson and Harry Pinero as we look to find out who is the ultimate FIFA 20 player in the Premier League. It's the fifth and final day. We started with 20 competitors. We're down to our last 4 players. 2 big semi-final matchups to come, Joe.
Yeah, 2 big semi-finals and a final today. But over the course of the last 4 days, over 16 games, we've seen 96 goals. So hopefully we get plenty more entertainment like that coming your way. A quick reminder, though, please do stay home and help save lives. It's very important at this time. And that the ePremier League Invitational Tournament Prize Fund will be donated to the Players Together initiative. So that is great to see. Also, we spoke to Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've spoken to loads of the players over the week about how important it is to win this tournament. Just listen to how big it would be for Trent here.
Yeah, massive. I think it comes with the title of, obviously not every player's in here, but if you're a winner, you can take the title of being the best Prem player on FIFA.
And you can see Trent Alexander-Arnold coming up today in semi-final 1 as he represents Liverpool against Manchester City's Raheem Sterling in a top-of-the-table clash that has got everybody talking online. After that game, you're going to see semi-final 2, which will see the tournament favourite Diogo Jota represent Wolves, and dark horse Burnley's Dwight McNeil face off against each other. But Smithy, before we get into it, just remind the people at home about the rules of the tournament.
Yes, Joe, these are the all-important rules you need to be aware of. The EPL Invitational is a straight knockout tournament. You lose 1 game, you are out. It is as simple as that. 1 game per round, and every single Premier League club represented by either a player from their squad or a celebrity fan, although both celebrity fans are now out. Now, onto the in-game rules. 2 6-minute halves for every game. In the event of a draw, a golden goal will be used to determine the winner. We did see golden goal yesterday for the very first time. Dwight McNeil of Burnley defeating Neil Maupay of Brighton with that golden goal. And importantly, 85 rated Premier League squads in kickoff mode as they battle on the PS4 to find out who is the ultimate player in the Premier League.
Yeah, here we can see the draw in full. Been so many epic encounters. To get to this stage, Trent had to beat Manchester United fan Tom Grennan and Newcastle winger Christian Atsu. Raheem had it really difficult, scraping past Wilfried Zaha before making light work of Andre Gomez, who'd actually won his round of 16 game 8-0 against Reece James. Diogo Jota, though, he's been imperious, beating Leicester 8-2 and Sheffield United 5-2 on his route to the semi-final. And finally, Dwight McNeil has actually played 1 game more than everybody else because he had to qualify for the round of 16, but he did so, beating West Ham, then dispatching Arsenal, and yesterday played out an absolutely epic encounter with Brighton's Neil Maupay that went to golden goal. Smithy, is that your highlight of the tournament so far? Is there any other games you want to point out?
So tough to pick a highlight. I think the golden goal was the most nerve-wracking for the players. We saw Dwight McNeil touch his hands like that to relieve the sweat 3 times. But the other game that I enjoyed was Wolfried Zaha against Raheem Sterling, 5-4 that one, and just how dramatic. And we saw some great goals in that game, and we've been blessed to see some great goals in the whole tournament. Here are our best goals so far. Josh Franceschi came up against Nathaniel Chalobah. Josh Franceschi of Yumi at 6, one of our 2 celebrity players, and Nathaniel Chalobah with a great goal courtesy of Gerard Deulofeu in this one. But Josh ending up getting the victory in that game. We saw tournament favourite Todd Cantwell. Many people thought would go all the way, but he got knocked out in the first game against Sheffield United's Lys Mousset. Lys Mousset scoring a lovely goal, courtesy of David McGoldrick, and he was very calm in his celebrations there as well. Another player that we were very, very excited to see was Andre Gomez. He won 8-0 in his first game, but couldn't beat Raheem Sterling, although he did score a fantastic goal. Great work on the edge of the box through Gylfi Sigurdsson. And Raheem Sterling had to play Wilfried Zaha before that in a game I mentioned earlier, and Wilfried Zaha proved he's a great FIFA 20 player with this lovely finish from Jordan Ayew, although Raheem Sterling advanced 5-4 in that match. Back to Todd Cantwell against Lys Mousset, and Todd Cantwell scoring a lovely goal with his in-game player, Todd Cantwell. And look at what it meant to him. You can see how animated he was. But as we said earlier, he lost in his opening game. Josh Franceschi back again in his next match against Dwight McNeil for Burnley, and Dwight McNeil with Jay Rodriguez, who's been incredibly effective for Dwight McNeil with a lovely goal there. Neil Maupay was one of the standout players of the tournament. Narrow defeat, as we said, in the last round, but he did score a great goal against Philip Billing in that one. Tom Grennan was one of our 2 celebrity fans representing his beloved Man United. He came up against Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Trent with the goal of the tournament for Trent with that lovely little dink finish for Sadio Mane and a great celebration to boot. Neil Maupay scored another absolute pearler with Glenn Murray, who he described as the GOAT mate. Glenn Murray scoring 8 goals in 2 games for Neil Maupay. But our goal of the tournament has to be this one. Diogo Jota scoring with his in-game player, Diogo Jota, wearing the captain's armband. Lovely dink finish. And that is our goal of the tournament. So many great goals to give you there. And that's only 10 of them. There's been so many more that we've been witnessing throughout this tournament. I'm pleased to say, as well as Joe and as well as me, Harry Panera has been with us throughout this tournament. Harry, great to have you on board as we go into our final day. What's been your highlight of the tournament so far, would you say, mate?
Oh, do you know what? There's been a lot. I think it's been Andre Gomez's 8-0 performance. I think it was absolutely sensational from start to finish. I love to see games on FIFA where players dominating, so that was literally right up my street. But I'm really excited to see how Dwight McNeil plays today because he's an underdog. I think he scored 3 goals and conceded 4. I'm not too sure what the numbers are, but he's been absolutely amazing. So I'm really intrigued to see how he plays today, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. But he's got a tough game, hasn't he, against Diogo Jota, who is the top goal scorer in the tournament. He's hit 13 himself, plays the game in his Wolves kit. He's got Diogo Jota, his character, as the captain and scores goals with him for fun. Diogo Jota has been brilliant to watch, Smithy.
Yeah, Diogo Jota is the tournament's top goal scorer so far. Been so many goals, but Diogo Jota having 13 goals in his 2 games. So absolutely incredible performance from Diogo. Look at all 4 competitors. Dwight McNeil actually scored the fewest amount of goals going into this, and he's played the most games. He's played 3.5 games, really, because 1 went to golden goal, and he had to come through that preliminary round. But as good as Diogo Jota's been going forward, Joe, Dwight's been very good defensively throughout this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he's only conceded 3 goals in those 3.5 games. And yesterday we saw probably the defensive performance of the tournament so far. It was imperious, wasn't it? 155 minutes of action without conceding a goal against one of the tournament's best players in Neil Maupay, Smithy. Awesome performance.
Yeah, Neil Maupay was quite simply brilliant. A bit of a shock, that one, Harry, wasn't it, yesterday? Neil Maupay losing to Dwight McNeil. But once again, Dwight McNeil really showing great tactics in that one to overcome one of the favourites in Neil Maupay.
100%. Didn't really see it coming, to be honest. It was a bit of a surprise. But like I've said, I've been making so many assumptions and it's all gone wrong. So we're not doing that again, Smithy. But it was totally amazing, Joe, I must say. But I think this tournament's been like that. It's been so crazy where you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff in nearly every game. I'm hoping for more goals today, Smiths.
Yeah, so am I. I think we're going to see it, Joe. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're going to see a lot of goals. And I'm delighted to say our players from first semi-final, there he is, Joe's crossing his fingers, are with us now. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Raheem Sterling. Trent, let's come to you first. You've been very calm, very composed throughout this tournament. How are you feeling going into the semi-final, Trent?
Same really. Calm. Obviously, just another game of FIFA, and I'm sure it'll be a good game.
Now, Trent, Raheem said yesterday that he has played against you many times. Obviously, you've been England teammates, you're good friends, you've played against each other. So when you play against Raheem in FIFA in the past, who tends to win?
It's even, really, to be honest. It can go either way. We haven't played in a while, but yeah, I'd say it's even. So I'm sure today will be a good game.
And have you seen much of Raheem? Because Raheem's come through some very tough games in this tournament. Have you seen much of Raheem this tournament? What have you made of him?
Yeah, good player, obviously. To get this far, you've got to be a decent player for FIFA. But yeah, he's scored some good goals. His first game, obviously, was a good one with Zaha. So yeah, I'm sure hopefully we'll see some of the same today.
Okay, those are the thoughts of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Very calm, Joe, as he has been, and warming up. Nice little stretches as well. So those are the thoughts of Trent going into our first semi-final.
Yeah, Raheem, I want to speak to you as well, because you look very relaxed right now. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, good, man. Just ready to go, to be honest with you.
And obviously, you said yesterday that you've played Trent in the past. How does he stack up against your previous opponents in this tournament?
Yeah, he's, as I said, I played him a couple of times, and you know, he plays pretty much how Liverpool play in real life, you know, constant pressure. So I know what I'm expecting, but it's going to be a good game, definitely.
So you say Trent plays like he plays in real life. Can we expect you to push Man City to the same levels they put out in real life today?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to, mimic, and hopefully I can do that today.
There we go then, Smithy. The thoughts of Raheem Sterling.
Loving that, Joe. Okay, now before we get into the game, we can look at both players' routes to the semi-final. So first up, this is the route that Trent Alexander-Arnold had to take to get to the semi-final today. Trent, your first match, you're up against Man United fan Tom Grennan. It was a comfortable 5-1 victory in the end, but you said to us very honestly you thought this scoreline wasn't quite fair because Tom had some good chances in the first half, didn't he?
Yeah, massive. We gave the woodwork once or twice and we even made some good saves. I probably gave away too many chances than I wanted to. And I think if I was playing against a more ruthless finisher, then I would have been in trouble, to be honest. I got quite lucky.
And we saw a lovely goal, you're just about to see it here, to make it 5-0. Is this your goal of the tournament so far, the dink from Sadio Mane?
Yeah. Obviously, I think the game was finished by then, so I tried something a little bit cheeky.
A little bit showboating, love it. Next game was against Christian Atsu in Newcastle, and you went 1-0 down at this stage. Were you nervous at this stage when you went 1-0 up?
A little bit. I'm not nervous. I just say I was caught by surprise. Early goal, and he used his play as well. But obviously, I thought as the game went on, I dominated quite a lot and was able to score goals.
But then we're just looking at the last goal now. Very comfortable. Bobby Firmino with the last goal of the game, 4-1. So Trent Alexander-Arnold 5-1 against Man United and 4-1 against Newcastle. So Trent Alexander-Arnold only conceding 2 goals in the whole tournament so far, Joe.
Yeah, really impressive. Raheem, we can have a look at your route to the final, to the semi-final, I should say, right now as well. First up, you had to play against Wilfried Zaha. This was an epic game, wasn't it?
No, yeah, it was a crazy game, but it was one of those I didn't know what to expect. And the nerves got to me, I can't lie, in the first game. Because, you don't want to lose your first games. But once the tournament went on, I kind of got a little bit more confident and settled. It was a cracking game.
You've relaxed into it a little bit, but I have to talk about that goal, the sweaty goal that's got everybody talking online. Wilfried Zaha was calling it disgusting. Just for the people that didn't see it, talk us through what was going on in your mind, basically, when you go through one-on-one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to assess the best option. Keeper's running straight to me. I've seen someone run to the side of me. I just had to give it to him because I wanted to win the game. It's as simple as that, Do what's best for the team. It's not about individuals.
We heard Trent laughing there, Raheem, at you doing a sweaty goal. Are we going to see more sweaty goals today from you?
Oh, I'm expecting to see some sweaty ones from Trent. But yeah, if it's to win and I've got the chance to, best believe I will do, yeah, for sure.
And then you faced Andre Gomez, who obviously won his first game 8-0. And this was another high-scoring game. But your front three of Sterling, Sane and Aguero is really dangerous, isn't it? Yeah,
the connection, the link-up play, it's been really good, to be fair. I just need to take more of my chances and be more ruthless. And that's what I'm going to try to do today.
Yeah, you also conceded a couple of goals in this game. You've conceded, I believe, 6 overall. Are you going to look to play a little bit more defensively against Trent, who you described earlier as constant pressure?
No, I'm an attacking player. That's how I play FIFA. I play FIFA attacking. I always try to be on the front foot and just try to outscore my opponents, and that's what I look to do today again.
There we go then, Smithy. Those are the routes to the semi-final.
Yeah, some great routes there, some epic matches. Still going on about the Zaha Sterling game, classic game. Harry, you're not going to give us any predictions. You've said you give us a lot of predictions this week that haven't quite gone to plan, shall we say. Let's just say that this is a very exciting game and a tough one to call. Do you like what I've done there?
Yeah. You've allowed me not to make no mistakes like I did previously, but it's going to be a great game. I think this is probably one of the most highly anticipated games due to how both the players have played to get to this position at the moment. But Sterling's looked really good, actually. He's got better and better, more confident with his approach. His defensive performance against Zaha was a bit difficult, but he's obviously got more stronger and stronger. So I feel like he's going to do well today. But Trent, we know offensively and defensively how good he is. So I'm so intrigued to see how this goes. But like I said, no more assumptions from me, because the last time I did that, I messed up. So I'm looking forward to it, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely buzzing. I just can't wait for this one to start, to be honest. I'm hoping for loads of goals. Although what I will say is the game that finished 0-0 has probably been the tensest so far, Smithy.
Yeah. Yeah, it has. I mean, it was. You could see Dwight McNeil, as I said, he was wiping his hands on many occasions. It was so tough to watch that. The only golden goal that we've seen throughout the entire tournament, and that was in our last game yesterday. Neil Maupay, one of the tournament's favourites, but he fell short in that golden goal to Dwight McNeil, and that is the second semi-final that we will bring you later on today, which is Burnley, Dwight McNeil against Wolves Diogo Jota. But Joe, we're almost ready to go. For our first game. It is, of course, Raheem Sterling against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Joe, do you expect a lot of goals in this one? Because we've seen lots of goals from both players previously. But we have seen some games become more cagey as the tournament develops, haven't we?
Yeah, maybe, but we've seen how good defensively Trent Alexander-Arnold is. He's only conceded 2 goals in his first 2 games, so it's going to take something to breach that backline. Raheem is going to go out and attack him. He's already spoken about how attacking he wants to be, and Sergio Aguero against Andre Gomez was nearly unstoppable. So I'm hoping for goals. Fingers crossed we get an epic encounter, Harry.
Oh, epic encounter. I think there's going to be some amazing pieces of football from both of these 2 players. They've got amazing players in the real life as well, so it'll be very good to see how they, transcend that into the pitch. But no assumptions for me. But I can't wait. I think this is going to be goals. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to go against what I said earlier. I'm going to make some assumptions. I think this is going to be a lot of goals, attacking performances. So I can't wait for this to go smoothly.
Yeah, here we go. We are underway in our very first semi-final on the 5th and final day of the EPL Invitational. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool going up against his England teammate, of course, Raheem Sterling of Man City. Our first semi-final, Joe, is underway.
Whoa. Yeah, excited to get this one going. Really excited to get this one going. Of course, the route to the final has seen Trent Alexander-Arnold defeating Manchester United in a grudge game 5-1. He beat Tom Grennan there, and then dispatching Christian Atsu 4-1. As for Raheem Sterling, slightly more difficult affair. He managed to scrape past Wilfried Zaha 5-4 and then beat Andre Gomez 4-2. And we can see Raheem on the attack early doors here, but we've spoken about Trent's defence. Will it be breached early? It won't. Virgil van Dijk, imperious at the back this week, Harry.
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk has been very, very key to Trent Alexander's defence. He's been very, very opposing, alongside Joe Gomez as well. So it'll be very, very... I'm very intrigued, should I say, to see how Raheem actually tries to defeat him. But it started off a bit slow. I think they're trying to find each other out. Bragging rights are on the line here, so I don't think anyone's going to do anything silly in the beginning. But very, very intrigued to see what type of style Raheem uses, because it's very, very hard to break down Trent Alexander, as we've seen from previous games.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a little bit of a connection issue. Obviously, everybody is trying to do this from their own front room, so please bear with us if there are any technical difficulties. But at the moment, you can see, like Harry said, 2 sides just feeling themselves out. Of course, Raheem Sterling scoring a sweaty goal in the first game that Wilfried Zaha called disgusting, whereas Trent has scored one of the goals of the tournament, that incredible lob against Tom Grennan's Manchester United squad. Smithy.
Yeah, what a goal that was. We've seen so many great goals. We brought you the top 10 goals of the tournament so far. Trent, without doubt, that little Sadio Mane dink, his favourite goal of the tournament so far. But it's been the first chance for Man City.
And the first goal
of the
for
game,
Manchester City. Yeah, the first goal for Manchester City. Sergio Aguero, the danger man, of course, scored loads of goals so far this tournament and does it again there. He was particularly deadly against Andre Gomez. Andre Gomez couldn't get him under wraps, and Trent hasn't been able to do it either, Harry.
Yeah, he hasn't. It was a very, very keen movement there by Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne, even just to set it up the goal. But it's been an amazing start from Sterling. He's looked more, like he wants to score more goals. It's very hard for Trent to actually get into this game at the moment, but we can't write him off as he has an opportunity here. Yeah, it's a very, very tough game at the moment. I can't call this one. I actually can't call it.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be very, very close. Both of these players have scored 9 goals coming into this game. So 2 teams that like to attack. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the better defensive record, having only conceded 2 goals in 2 games. Having said that, though, it looks like both teams are going to be attacking. That's ambitious from Trent Alexander-Arnold. And maybe we're seeing the first signs of a little bit of nerves in the building, Smithy.
Yeah, we've noticed that's been a theme going on, that the players have seemed to get slightly more nervous, slightly more rubbing of the hands going on the latter we get into the tournament. And this is, of course, the fifth and final day. These, of course, two massive Premier League teams. Of course, Liverpool currently sitting at the top of the Premier League on 82 points, only one loss all season. And Man City, the current Premier League champions, winning it last season, of course. So these two have come up against each other many occasions for Liverpool and Man City. And, of course, they are England teammates. And they've played against each other on FIFA on many occasions. Raheem said yesterday that Trent sometimes gets the better of him when they play, but Raheem backs himself in his own environment at home. Of course, we are all working from home, bringing this remotely. A big effort going on behind the scenes, technically, to bring this to you. There is a slight lag at the minute, but it's a huge effort to bring this to you, all from the comfort and the safety of our homes, which we're encouraging you all to do so. As Man City have another attack, Joe.
Yeah, Manchester City on the front foot. Game is just lagging a little bit. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, has good pedigree at FIFA 20 level. He played in the FIFA 20 Stay and Play Cup as well, didn't he? Here's a chance for Man City, though. Is it a penalty, I believe, has been given against Joe Gomez? Raheem Sterling's going to have a penalty to make it 2-0. Sergio Aguero steps up and he scores. Manchester City take a 2-0 lead before the 30th minute, Harry.
Absolutely no emotion from Raheem Sterling there. I think he knows he's got a job on his hands. I don't think he wants to get too excited yet, but it's been a great start from him. And you can see by Trent, he's really disappointed with his defending there. But he does have an opportunity here. Oh, great save there by the keeper there. This has been a great start, Joe.
Yeah, really good opportunity that with the front post. And it's cleared off the line. A Virgil van Dijk header. Raheem just boots it as far as away from the goal as he possibly can. This game is really end-to-end so far. Less of the intricate build-up that we've seen that has become synonymous with Trent and synonymous with Diogo Jota. Slightly more gung-ho. Maybe it's the fact he is 2-0 down. Here's a chance for Liverpool. Mo Salah. Brilliant defending by Raheem Sterling. Let's not forget, though, that Trent did fall behind to Christian Atsu before turning the game around. So don't discount him just yet, Smithy.
No, and it's worth pointing out as well, whilst both players have scored 9 goals, Trent has only conceded 2 in this tournament, whereas Raheem has conceded 6 goals. So Raheem has conceded goals in this tournament, but he's looking a lot better defensively in this game. Don't forget, the winner of this semi-final will play the winner of Diogo Jota of Wolves and Dwight McNeil, which is our next semi-final. We will bring you later on today. Diogo Jota, many people's favourite to win this tournament. He's been in brilliant form throughout as Liverpool have a chance, but it's defended well once again from Raheem Sterling. This is an epic game so far, Joe. But Raheem, 2-0 victory, currently in the lead on 37 minutes.
Yeah, this is definitely the best we've seen Raheem Sterling defend in this tournament, isn't it? I think he's looked really compact. He's cut off those passing lanes that have worked really well for Trent Alexander-Arnold over the course of the first 2 games. It was a real weapon of Trent's against Christian Atsu to get to the byline and then use the ground pass that's so effective on FIFA 20. Here's a chance for Liverpool, though. Good passing. Maybe one pass too many, actually, in the end there for Trent Alexander-Arnold, Harry.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we've seen the power of that amazing front three that we've seen previously in the games. You alluded to how great Raheem Sterling's defending. He's absolutely amazing. He hasn't actually put a foot wrong. And I think he's got more better, as I said, with this competition as it's gone on. And he seems to basically be able to see out the first half now. It's obviously been a bit of a lag, and that's due to the fact that everyone's at home. But apart from that, he has looked like he has dominated the game, Joe.
Yeah, just 2 minutes left on the clock as we approach half-time. It looks like Manchester City will be going in 2-0 up unless Trent can make something of this attack. And it's a fantastic infield ball. The game's opening up here. Good chance for Liverpool on half-time. But it isn't a goal. A really good bit of defending by Raheem Sterling. As we go in half-time, it looks like it's going to be 2-0 to Manchester City, Smithy.
Yeah, a bit of a connectivity issue between the two consoles. Once again, we're trying very hard to resolve that. There's a bit of a connectivity issue right now. It is half-time and it is 2-0 to Man City. So let's bring in the thoughts of the players. Raheem, 2-goal lead at the half-time mark. You must be very pleased with your performance so far.
You talking to me?
Yeah, Raheem, just saying 2-0 at the break. You must be very pleased with that first half performance.
Yeah, it's pleasing, but still a bit... I still had a couple of chances I think I could have took, but hopefully I can take them in the second half. Back to full concentration now. speak to you after the game. Sorry.
Okay, speak to you after the game. No problem at all. Completely understand. This is very competitive. Lots of players saying to us how much they want to win. We heard from Trent prior to the game saying just how much it would mean to him to be recognised as the best FIFA player in the Premier League. It'd be interesting to see if there's any tactical changes from Trent the longer this stays at 2-0 because he's been so commanding in this tournament so far. And of course, worth pointing out as well, that was our first penalty of the whole tournament so far, and it was converted by Aguero with both goals for Raheem Sterling. 2-0 as the second half commences, Joe.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, Liverpool have only lost one game in the Premier League all season at the moment. Raheem Sterling is going to add to that misery, but you can just see these players feeling themselves out still. There's plenty of time left in the game for Trent Alexander-Arnold to turn this around. He turned it around against Christian Atsu. So don't write him off. But Sane's got to the byline. Lofted ball. It's not great goalkeeping from Alisson, but it's enough. And Liverpool clear, Harry.
Most definitely. Another great performance, I must say, by Sterling defensively. But as you said, we can't, write off Trent straight away. And he's got Salah and he's got Firmino and Mane, great players attacking him. So I do feel like he still has a chance in this game. I feel like he needs to take his chances as soon as possible. As the later the game goes, the more harder it is for him to actually get a win or even a draw. So it's been very intrigued to see how he does try, because it's very difficult to break down this Raheem Sterling defence. It's something brand new which we've seen from him, and I'm very, very confident that Raheem can actually continue in this vein of form. But like I said, I don't know anything, so no more assumptions from me, Smithy.
I love that you're getting this in so early, Harry. No assumptions. You mentioned that 3 times. No predictions from Harry. We can see Trent, of course, and Raheem, 2 massive players in the Premier League, both having great seasons, and they're both proving to be great FIFA 20 competitors as well. But it's well defended from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, played in the FIFA 20 Stay and Play Cup, beaten by a golden goal from Jesper Kallstrom. So Trent, narrow defeat for him there. But it's been a very good season for him personally, of course. Liverpool flying high at the top of the Premier League. And Trent with so many assists as well. He's chipped in with goals as well. And he's obviously won a lot of trophies at such a young age. Raheem Sterling as well, 2-time Premier League winner, and with a hatful of goals and assists for Man City. And he's defending very well again. You feel like Trent needs a goal soon, Joe. The next goal is going to be absolutely crucial in this one.
Yeah, very, very crucial. But you can see how well Raheem Sterling is defended. And I think that might be down to the fact these two have played each other before. So Raheem kind of knows how Trent is going to lay out his attacks. It's going to be a short free kick here from Liverpool. Looking to work the ball into the box nice and slowly. There's a chance, no, but again, just crowded out in the area. 1 pass too many from this Liverpool side, and Manchester City are able to break away. Of course, this sees Raheem Sterling coming up against his old team as well in Liverpool, Smithy.
Yes, it does indeed. Raheem Sterling had many great years at Liverpool, and he's had successful years at Manchester City as well. And it's going to be a big 10 minutes now for Raheem Sterling. If he can get this 3rd goal, you'd think that this game will be put to bed for Liverpool. Chance for Raheem Sterling. Oh, it's off the post. Big save. And is that a big moment in the game for Trent Alexander-Arnold if he's going to come back into this as it's headed over the bar? Yeah, Raheem Sterling, 95 Premier League appearances for Liverpool, 18 goals, 155 Premier League appearances for Man City, 59 goals. He's a 2-time Premier League champion, as we alluded to. 16 Premier League goals this season. 2nd top scorer for City behind Aguero. So Raheem Sterling having a great season, as is Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. Stats for Trent Alexander-Arnold equally as impressive as they are for Raheem Sterling. Top assist maker for this season for Liverpool. 3rd most tackles in the Premier League. Most interceptions in the Premier League for Liverpool. And there's a chance, Joe. And it's a goal. It's a big goal. Bobby Firmino. What a moment that is. Bobby Firmino has been so effective for Trent Alexander-Arnold, scoring 2 in the first game. He scored 2 in his second game. And Bobby Firmino scored again for Trent. And we have a big game on our hands. Just a reminder, if it stays, if he manages to get an equaliser, Trent, we will go to golden goal. 15 minutes left. Big goal for Trent. And he skipped the replay. He wanted to get straight back into the game, Joe.
Massive goal in the course of this tournament. That could turn out to be 2-1. This second half, Trent has just exerted a little bit more pressure, a little bit more control on the game. Raheem Sterling still pushing forward though. He said how he likes to defend from the front. He's hit the post. He's been so unlucky really, Raheem Sterling. He's hit the post twice now. And Liverpool will look to bring the ball away. Just 11 minutes left on the clock. Trent not rushing it though, not going to be pressured into long ball football, going to play how he wants to play. That could be a great ball. It is a great ball. Mo Salah's in behind the Man City defence. Fake shot, set back, strike, goal! 2-2 between Liverpool and Man City. Massive celebrations from Trent Alexander-Arnold. He has turned the game around, Harry.
I told you not to write off Trent. I told you. No one was listening. But no, that's an amazing comeback from Trent. I mean, he's used these front three to an amazing effect. And look at that, it's 2-2, game back on. In the last 25 minutes, it's been a bit more open. We've seen that, Raheem Sterling's defence has been breached a bit more. And that just shows how good Trent is. But what an amazing setup we have now. Are we going to go to golden goal again? Who knows, Joe?
Well, if we do go to golden goal, of course, we will restart the game and it'll be the first goal scored goes through to the final to face either Diogo Jota or Dwight McNeil. We saw our first golden goal match last night between Dwight McNeil and Neil Maupay, and it was an absolute epic. Very, very nervous scenes in the players' lounges, in our houses. So if it does go to golden goal, it's for sure going to be tense, Smithy.
Yeah, it is going to be tense indeed. And one thing I want to comment on is the players' body language. Look how calm Raheem and Trent are. This is the semi-final stage. It's 2-2. So calm. If this was us playing with our mates, we would not be this calm, Joe. We've all been in this situation in FIFA. And it is very, very tense. Rubbing your palms, moving forward. Raheem Sterling has hardly moved in this game. Neither is Trent. We are 1 minute away from going to golden goal. Unless Trent can find a winner here, but it's well defended.
Oh, that was very, very risky play at the back there from Raheem Sterling. But we've seen it with Manchester City in real life. They like to play out from the back under Pep Guardiola, and they're doing the same here under Raheem Sterling. One more chance there might well be, with just 20 seconds left on the clock. No, there won't. There won't be time. It's going to go to golden goal between Raheem Sterling and Trent Alexander-Arnold. What an epic, epic game, Smithy.
Unbelievable second half. Trent, got to get a quick word with you. What a comeback that was from you in the second half, Trent.
Yeah, difficult, but I was able to do it. He had his chances, hit the woodwork a few times, but yeah, happy to obviously. Yeah, I will do.
Raheem obviously had two big chances there, hitting the post. You feel unlucky not to have won that game. Two big chances in that second half.
Yeah, it's just shambles. But yeah, so now it's what, winning goal, yeah?
Winning goal now. We go to golden goal, so we're ready to go again. It is quite simply first goal wins. So first goal wins. We go to golden goal. And Joe, this is only the second time in the whole tournament we've seen golden goal. As you said, the last time we saw golden goal was yesterday against Neil Maupay for Dwight McNeil. And Dwight McNeil coming victorious in that one. We didn't expect to see it so early on. The first semi-final cannot be separated. 2-0 up, Man City were. Liverpool scoring 2 goals. And we go to golden goal.
Yeah, yesterday's golden goal match was brilliant. So if this is anything like that, you're in for an absolute treat, guys. That one went 60 minutes before we got a winner from Dwight McNeil. I'm not sure this one will go as long. Two guys that just want to attack. Both players coming into this game had scored 9 goals in the tournament. The first game saw another 2 apiece. So I think you can expect goals, Harry.
Oh, definitely. And you can see with the way Trent has started this off. He's whipped it straight into the box. He's not playing any games. And it's a goal! It is a goal straight away by Trent. What a goal. What a goal, Joe.
What a goal? A rebound.
2 minutes. Raheem, you are absolutely furious about that, aren't you, Raheem?
Yeah, that's shambolic.
Let's hear from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent 2-0 down in 90 minutes. In the first 45, Raheem hitting the post twice. What a comeback. And then it only took you 2 minutes. Just sum up your thoughts after that epic game.
Yeah, big win. It was tough. Obviously, started the game, there was a massive lag. He scored 2 goals. I was hard to break down. Really defended it so well. But I was able to get 2 goals and obviously scored early doors then with the rebound.
And obviously Raheem can hear you now. What would you like to say to Raheem? Because for the fans watching, we've got fans watching around the world this game. What a first game that was. But do you feel Raheem gave you a great game? He was unlucky in that second half, wasn't he, with those chances to hit the post? Trent, what would you like to say to Raheem? Do you have a message for him? Because that was an epic first game.
Yeah, obviously just well played, isn't it? He's done well to get so far. He tested me all the way. But yeah, I was able to get the win in the end, so good game. Good game.
Raheem, so unlucky for you in that game. Just your thoughts, and what would you like to say to Trent after that first match?
Nah, fair play. He won. I should have finished that game off, but yeah, he's won and got good luck and go win the final.
Raheem, do you want Trent to win now that he's knocked you out? Would you like Trent to go on and win the final now?
Yeah, most definitely, for sure. So good luck in the final.
Thank you very much, Raheem Sterling. It's been brilliant all tournament. Thank you for taking part. Congratulations, Trent. We will see you in the final. Joe, we went to golden goal, but not for long. Only 2 minutes on the clock. Trent Alexander-Arnold, what a comeback we witnessed in our first semi-final matchup.
Yeah, brilliant comeback by Trent. I can tell why Raheem is so fuming, though. That's one of those goals, isn't it? That when your friend scores it against you at home, your controller's getting launched against the wall. A rebound, a scruffy goal. Not the way I think many people will have wanted the game to end, but nevertheless, it's enough for Trent Alexander-Arnold to get to the final. And next up, he's going to have to face either Diogo Jota or Dwight McNeil, two incredibly, incredibly gifted FIFA players.
Harry, can we begin to try and analyse that match? I mean, Raheem must be kicking himself, hit the post twice, and then such an early goal for Trent.
Yeah, I mean, it's the worst way, as Joe said, to lose a game is by rebounds and whatnot. But you could see by the way Trent started off that the second game, he really wanted to score with a straight ball to Salah on the wing and whipped it in, similar to how they play at Anfield as well. But as Trent said, there was chances there for Raheem to take, and he's probably really upset that he didn't take them. But that's just how FIFA is. FIFA is one of those games where you've got to take your chances, and Trent will be ecstatic. Very, very tight competition, but it's been great, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. And we can have a look as to what it means for the draw here then. Trent Alexander-Arnold has beaten Tom Grennan, he's beaten Christian Atsu, and now he beats Raheem Sterling to go through to the final, winning 3-2 in golden goal thanks to that rebound. Coming up next for you then is the other semi-final between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Burnley, and it's going to see tournament favourite Diogo Jota representing the Wolves, and Dwight McNeil, who's been a dark horse for the tournament, but played brilliantly representing Burnley, Smithy.
Yeah, it's time for everyone to take a deep breath, I think. It is time for a very quick break, but if the next semi-final is anything like the first, we are in for a treat. It is Diogo Jota of Wolves going up against Dwight McNeil of Burnley. We will see you very shortly. Hello and welcome back to the fifth and final day of the ePremier League Invitational. We've just seen Trent Alexander-Arnold come through a golden goal against Raheem Sterling. He will be our first finalist, and we're about to find out who's going to join him, Joe.
Yeah, can't wait for that one. That was a sweaty palms game, wasn't it? It was very, very tense between Raheem Sterling and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And we saw how annoyed Raheem was when he conceded that goal just 1 minute into golden goal. But yeah, like you said, we've got an awesome game coming your guys' way right now. Tournament favourite, Diogo Jota of Wolverhampton Wanderers going up against dark horse Dwight McNeil representing Burnley. I can't wait for this one to get underway, Smith.
I can't wait for this one either. And let's bring in Harry Pinera, who's been with us all week. Harry, Diogo Jota, many people within the FIFA community, many fans, we know fans are watching this from all over the world, are putting him down as the tournament favourite now. Did you go along with that?
Yeah, as you know, I've been interacting with the fans throughout the whole week. And Diogo Jota is actually the favourite. It's kind of changed. You know, it was Neil Maupay and now it's Diogo Jota. We've seen how very, very good he is and how clinical he is. So I'm very intrigued to see how he plays today. Now we know Trent's going to be in the final. I can't wait to see how this game goes, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. I just love watching Diogo Jota. You know, he wears his Wolves kit. He's got his player as his captain in the game. He scores goals for fun with his own player. But let's just chat a little bit about Dwight McNeil as well, because he has put in 3 incredible displays of defensive quality, really. Yesterday was one of the best we've seen in the tournament. To keep a clean sheet against free scorer Neil Maupay is no mean feat, Smithy.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point. I think what we should say about Dwight McNeil is that his tournament's got better and better as it's gone on. Narrow 3-2 victory in his qualifying round, don't forget. That was against Ryan Fredericks of West Ham. He then came up against Arsenal, and he got better and better in that 1-3-1 victory. And then the game in which he was billed as the underdog against Neil Maupay. Neil Maupay scoring, I believe, 10 goals prior to that in 2 games. And he was brilliant defensively, and it went to a golden goal. So Dwight McNeil, although he's the lowest scorer in this semi-final stage from our 4 semi-finalists, he's actually got better and better as the tournament progressed. And his tactics, Joe, were brilliant defensively in the last game against Neil Maupay.
Yeah, brilliant. We know how important against the top level FIFA players it is to shut down those passing lines centrally around the edge of the box. And it's something he's going to have to do again today. Diogo Jota has picked people apart for fun in this tournament. 8 goals against Wilfred Ndidi. Wilfred Ndidi being forced to apologise online, saying that Vardy and Schmeichel aren't going to let him play any FIFA anymore after that one. And then he just dispatched Lys Mousset as well with consummate ease. So if Dwight is to go through here, it's going to need to be another defensive masterclass.
HP, are we going to get another one of your famous predictions here? How do you see this going? You're going to sit on the fence? What are you saying?
I'm on the fence today. I'm definitely on the fence. But with Dwight, I must say, though, his defensive play is absolutely amazing. I think arguably the best that we've seen so far. He definitely knows how to hold on to pressure, and he's going to need to do that against Jota. We've seen how good Jota is, how great he is. He's able to use skills, do all type of stuff. So I'm on the fence. I'm not going to make a mockery of myself like I've done this week. So Smithy, none of that from me today.
Love that. Not going to make a mockery. We can have a look at the semi-final 1 highlights. If you missed the first semi-final, where were you? Because you missed, quite simply, an absolute cracker. It was Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool, going up against Raheem Sterling. And Raheem Sterling taking the early lead through, of course, Sergio Aguero. Who else? Who has scored many times for him in this tournament. We then saw our only penalty of the tournament so far. Sergio Aguero stepped up and Sergio Aguero scored. It was all Raheem Sterling at this stage. Look at that glance to camera. So calm, so composed. Raheem Sterling having 2 big chances as well, hitting the post twice. It went into the half-time stage at 2-0. It was 2-0 on the 72nd minute mark. Then Trent Alexander-Arnold with a big goal through Bobby Firmino, who scored a lot of goals for him throughout this tournament. And here we see Trent. That was the moment to win the game for Raheem. Twice hitting the post. And in the 80th minute mark, Liverpool right down the other end through Trent Alexander-Arnold. And look what it means to him. As Jordan Henderson, who's been brilliant in the Premier League this season, made it 2-2. So we went to golden goal. Only the second time ever in the whole tournament we've gone to golden goal. And only a minute and a half on the clock, rebound finish. And Trent Alexander-Arnold takes the win. You can see what it means to these players. And Joe, I think that just sums up how competitive this tournament has been. The scenes at full time there.
Yeah, how good were those celebrations from Trent Alexander-Arnold? You know, kiss in the air. He was absolutely buzzing to win that. He spoke before, didn't he, that it is going to be a massive, massive thing for whoever wins this tournament to have the bragging rights as the best FIFA player in the entire Premier League, Smithy.
Yeah, I'm pleased to say that our players for our second semi-final are with us. So let's chat firstly to Diogo Jota. Diogo, I don't know if you saw our first semi-final, but we had a golden goal. It was very close, and it just goes to show how exciting this tournament has been so far.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I saw parts of the game. Great game. Unlucky Sterling for not killing the game in the second half, but that's FIFA.
Diogo, you've been quite brilliant in this tournament. 13 goals in 2 games. A lot of people from within the FIFA community and a lot of fans we've spoken to around the world saying that you are the favourite to win this tournament. How do you see it?
No, there's no favourites. I think each game can be completely different. It depends who scores first. And actually the gameplay can be different. So let's see if we have a good connection, because the other game wasn't. And let's hope for my win.
Yeah, okay, I like the way you said that. And just finally, have you seen much of Dwight McNeil for Burnley, your opponent, play? Because he's played 3 matches and he seems to get better and better as the tournament has progressed.
Yeah, I just saw the yesterday game against Malpay. So I saw he's quite good defensively and he likes to have the ball. So I play attack football, so let's see if he can defend me.
Yeah, and hopefully, Diogo, yesterday you said that you had some distractions from your dog barking, so hopefully no more distractions for you today.
We never know.
Thank you. Those are the thoughts of Diogo Jota ahead of our second semi-final, Joe.
Yeah, Dwight as well. I can see you kind of laughing along there. How do you see yourself going into this game? Do you think you're the underdog?
No, it's like what Diego said. It's a game of FIFA. Anything could happen, but no, I'm looking forward to the game.
And you've obviously watched Diogo play a couple of times now. What do you make of his FIFA style?
Yeah, he's really good at attacking, fast build-up, scores a lot of goals.
Yeah, we talk about how good Diogo is attacking, though. You've been brilliant defensively. Yesterday, that showing against Neil Maupay, was that your best ever defensive performance?
Yeah, for me, my best ever defensive performance. But no, fortunate to go through to the semis.
And what would it mean for you to win today and get through to this final and face Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Yeah, obviously be a good feeling, but the main focus is this game and trying to get through this round.
There we go then, Smithy. The thoughts of Dwight McNeil ahead of this one.
Yeah, before we get into our match, I'm pleased to say that we can give you the routes, just show you how these players have come through, because as we've said, it's been absolutely brilliant FIFA, particularly from Diogo Jota in this semi-final to get here. So this is how Diogo Jota dispatched of his previous 2 opponents to get where we are today. So Diogo, we're just going to talk through this. Your first match, Diogo, was against Wilfred and Didi of Leicester. So talk us through this game, because it finished quite convincingly 8-2, but it was 1-1 early on.
Yeah, that's why I say if he scores first, could it be a completely different game? But like I said, I think I knew more about the game, about the skills, about the space we found than him. So that's why the result.
Yeah, we're just looking at your goals here now. You're so calm, so relaxed when you play FIFA, but very attacking as well. And one common theme when we watch Diogo Jota is how well your in-game character plays. You give Diogo Jota the captain's armband, and he scored a lot of goals for you. You must be very happy that your own player is scoring goals for you.
Yeah, it's special, but my player, because he's a 5-star weak foot, he's quite good to play up front. So it's a great player to have in this mode.
And in the next game, you're up against Lys Mousset of Sheffield United. Now, Lys Mousset was a tough opponent because, don't forget, he beat Todd Cantwell of Norwich 6-2. And Todd Cantwell was one of the tournament's favourites going into this. So this was quite a tough game, wasn't it, for you, this one?
Yeah, it was really tough. The result I just could score more goals in the final part because it was quite tough. He's a great player and it was a great game to see.
And we just saw that own goal, Diogo. We can see you smiling when you got lucky with that own goal there.
Yeah, I just shot. I was unlucky for the ball to hit the post, but after he was unlucky, but it wasn't my fault.
And just finally, we're calling this the goal of the tournament. Diogo Jota, your in-game character with this lovely little chip. You must be very pleased with this goal.
Yeah, it's also
the goal itself, but the play. I did several passes and I found the right space, so it was a fantastic goal.
Okay, so that was the route that Diogo Jota took to get to the semi-final stage today, Joe.
Yeah, Dwight, we can see your route to the semi-finals as well now, because you've actually played a game more than everybody else. You had to qualify for the round of 16, and that first game was against West Ham. Ryan Fredericks gave you a really tough test, didn't he?
Yeah, especially because I went 2-0 up and then he hit me 2 quick goals and it was back to even Steven. But luckily got that winning goal at the end.
Yeah, what was your sort of gut feeling when you went 2-2 Did you always think, I've got it, I can come back and win this game?
Yeah, I always, because it's a draw at the end of the day, I always believe I'm still in the game and can win it, and luckily I did.
And you obviously scored the winning goal with your own player. You haven't scored as many goals as Diogo Jota has with his own player. Do you think you'll score one today?
Hopefully, but no, if anyone scores, I'd be just as happy.
And then your second game, you played against Josh Franceschi. Another really tough game that saw it go 1-1. He kind of made some poor mistakes though, didn't he? And gifted you a couple of goals.
Yeah, especially the third one where he's rolled it out to me, and I punished him for it. But yeah, fortunate to go through.
Yeah, I think that's been synonymous with your play. You've punished people that have made mistakes really, really well. The game against Neil Maupay yesterday, we've got to talk about it. It was an absolute epic 0-0 after 90 minutes, some brilliant goalkeeping. How were you staying calm? Because I was sweating.
Yeah, my palms a bit sweaty. Getting nervous as more the golden goal game went on because it was a long game. But no, Neil pulled his centre half out and I found a little gap, and J-Rod pounced on the attack.
Yeah, brilliant celebrations as well there. We can see you fist pumping. Hopefully we'll see a few more of those today, Dwight.
Well, hopefully, but you just never know. You never know.
Okay, there we go. Harry, what are your thoughts on the players' reactions there to the games they've seen?
Yeah, I like the way Jota tries to play down, his performances. Very, very humble with his approach. I like that. It's very, very smart of him. But we know he's a very seasoned player. I've checked the socials just now, and they're absolutely going crazy for him. But Dwight McNeil, I think it's a very, very good game simply because his style is very, very defensive. He can hold on to the ball for a long time and can just wait for the right pass. So it's a very different contrast of styles of playing FIFA. But it's going to be very good. And Smithy, before you ask, no, I'm not going to give you my assumption. I'm not doing it myself.
That was my next question, HB.
Do you know what? I do think that, obviously, because he's a favourite, Jota would be my favourite. But I'm always going to go with the underdog here because we've seen how Dwight's played. He hasn't obviously been sung about, but he's very, very good on the game. We've seen how he plays well. So, yeah, I'd say it would be a very even game, but no assumptions, not doing it.
Yeah, we are almost ready to go for our second semi-final. It is Diogo Jota of Wolves against Dwight McNeil of Burnley. We can see lads there getting the headsets on, Joe. We are moments away. And we saw Dwight McNeil as well during that golden goal, rubbing his hands, very nervous, drinking as well, keeping hydrated. It was such an epic last game that we witnessed between Dwight McNeil and Neil Maupay. And it looks like, Joe, we are almost ready to go.
Yeah, time to focus. It's something we've seen from Diogo Jota throughout this tournament. When the headset goes on, the focus happens. There is not going to be any prisoners taken in this one. I can guarantee you that. Diogo Jota with the most goals scored in the tournament up to this stage, 13 in 2 matches. Dwight McNeil with one of the best defensive records in the entire tournament. And they have kicked off Wolves versus Burnley for a place in the final against Liverpool and Trent Alexander-Arnold. 2 players that have excellent FIFA pedigree. Diogo Jota, of course, has represented Wolves' esports team, and in the coming weeks will represent Portugal's esports team as well. So he's got lots of pedigree, but we've seen how good Dwight McNeil can be, Smithy.
Yeah, we have. As you said, their top goal scorer in the tournament is Diogo Jota with 13, although Trent now has 12 following on from that victory. Obviously played a game more because he has played his semi-final. He will meet the winner of this game. And also in-game characters, Diogo Jota the in-game character, who scored 6 goals, and only Glenn Murray has scored more. Glenn Murray with 8 goals. That was for Neil Maupay. Neil Maupay saying Glenn Murray is the GOAT, mate, in his interview with you after the game, Joe. Glenn Murray's been very effective, but Neil Maupay did lose that golden goal encounter to Dwight McNeil, and we are underway, as you say. Wolves against Burnley, to see who will meet Trent Alexander-Arnold in the final. And a cagey start to the game, as I think we expected, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're going to see Diogo Jota have quite a bit of the ball. It's going to be back to the wall stuff for Dwight McNeil, but he's a brilliant defender on FIFA. Just looking to clear his lines. He's not going to be able to. It's a chance for Wolves early doors. Watch out, because Diogo Jota is 1-0 up in the 10th minute, Harry Pinheiro.
Oh, excellent goal there by Jay Moutinho. And do you know what? Since he started off the game, you can see so many dragbacks he's able to do, able to keep possession. It's very difficult for Dwight to actually get a foot into this game, but it's only 10 minutes in and it's a great goal by Wolves. Good start by Diogo. The favourite for a reason, Joe.
Yeah, Diogo Jota was, of course, trending in the UK after that emphatic 8-2 victory over Wilfred and Ndidi at the round of 16 stage. Wilfred coming out and apologising on Twitter. We've seen Diogo Jota wearing his kit, wearing his captain's armband on his in-game character. No messing about as a 5-star weak-foot player. And the combination of him and Raul Jimenez going forward, Smithy, has been a joy to watch.
It has been a joy to watch, but you just feel like that is a big moment in the game, because Dwight McNeil did not want to concede an early goal, bearing in mind how good Diogo is going forward. You just felt like he didn't want to concede so early, because Diogo is so good in possession and scored so many goals. His 14th goal of the tournament, although Dwight McNeil does like coming up against Wolves. Wolves 1, Burnley 1 was the score the last time they met on the 25th of August in the Premier League, and McNeil got the assist for Burnley's goal. If you remember, Raul Jimenez scored a famous 97th minute penalty. But other notable meetings: Burnley 2, Wolves 0. That was on the 30th of March in 2019. You remember that McNeil got the assist for the first goal and scored the second, and Dwight McNeil said that's the best moment he's ever had in a Burnley shirt, that goal against Wolves. I hope you get plenty more like it. So Dwight McNeil, some big moments in his Premier League career coming up against Wolves. He likes facing them, but this will be a completely different prospect altogether today.
Yeah, it's just a joy to watch Diogo Jota go forward, though, isn't it? With this combination of Jota, Jimenez and Adama Traore, just plays some beautiful football in between the lines, looking to pick passes. It's not quite as slow as some of the other players' build-up, but it's arguably more effective because of that. You've got to react quicker as a defender, and Dwight is trying his best, but it isn't easy. Yesterday, Dwight put in his best display of the tournament so far against Neil Maupay. Actually had nearly 70% possession against the Brighton forward in the first game before golden goal. So what you can kind of see there is that he likes to have the ball, and that's going to be something you struggle with against Diogo Jota. Jota, on the other hand, is very direct, very fast, and he's just a brilliant, brilliant attacker. And Raul Jimenez is in one-on-one, dangerous. Brilliant save by Pope in the Burnley net, Harry.
Yeah, he tried to remake the goal that Smithy crowned as the best goal of the tournament there, but the keeper got to it. This is a very, very good game. I feel like any chances that are taken right now is going to determine who's going to win this game right now. I think the next goal really does matter right now. Very, very cagey affair. But as you can see, Smithy, it's a very, very good start from Jota.
It's a very good start from Diogo Jota, and he's had a great start in every game he's been involved in. Let's be honest about it. He's very honest and very polite about his opponents. But an 8-2 victory against Wilfred and Ndidi and a 5-2 victory against Leeds Mousset for Sheffield United. Yes, he got fortunate courtesy of that George Baldock own goal in that match, but it was all Jota in both games. He has been so emphatic in both of his games. And so good in possession and so good going forward. So you feel like Dwight McNeil really needs the next goal in this game in order to get anything out of it, if he has a chance to progress to our grand final, which of course will be our next and our final game of the EPL Invitational, to see who will be crowned champion, Joe.
Yeah, of course, let's not forget that Dwight McNeil has also played 150 minutes of FIFA, more than anybody else in the competition at this stage, of course, having to qualify for the last 16 and playing 60 minutes worth of golden goal. Jota's at the byline, chance, it's going to be 2-0. It is 2-0. Adama Traore to the byline, a great ground cross, and it's that man again, Captain Fantastic, Diogo Jota, scoring with his own player, Smithy.
It has been a theme all tournament. Diogo Jota scoring with his own player with the armband on. That is the 7th goal that Diogo Jota in play has scored, which is one away from Glenn Murray, who got 8 for Neil Maupay. He's been absolutely sublime, and Diogo Jota looks so calm. He hardly moves from that chair. 2-0 up, and Dwight McNeil, I think he'll have to make some substitutions or change it tactically if it is 2-0 going into the half-time mark. Diogo Jota proving to be a real top FIFA 20 player that we know that he's had experience playing with Wolves before in the past. And this experience is really starting to show, Joe. It's been a fantastic performance in this first half from Wolves' Diogo Jota.
Yeah, Burnley, though, still looking to string passes together. This game isn't done by any means. Here's a chance for Westwood, and it's a brilliant save in net from Rui Patricio. Ashley Westwood with a powerful strike, but it wasn't to be. Great goalkeeping. This game is not done and dusted yet. Still plenty of time. We saw the other semi-final. Raheem Sterling went 2-0 up in that one, and Trent Alexander-Arnold turned it around, winning in the first minute of golden goal time. So there's plenty of time left on the clock. We are approaching the half-time point. Right, Burnley with one more attack, it's not going to be, and Diogo Jota can play out from the back, Smithy.
Yeah, we're surely moments away from the half-time whistle. Wolves 2, Burnley 0. Worth pointing out, though, that Man City were 2-0 up at half-time in our last semi-final and ended up losing that courtesy of the golden goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold advancing. So big last few moments for Dwight McNeil if he's going to get anything. But Wolves on the attack once again, Joe.
Yeah, fake shots, drag backs, but it's not enough. And at the half-time point, it is 2-0 Wolves. Diogo, you must be quite happy going into half-time. You've looked quite in control.
It was important to score first. So now we need to rush a little bit more. And that's what I wanted. So let's see the second half.
Dwight, Raheem went 2-0 up at half-time, and then Trent turned it around. So you can take something from that. How are you feeling coming into the second half?
Yeah, it's difficult, especially with on the ball, because it builds up fast and there's a lot of turns. But no, 2-0, anything could happen in the next 45.
There we go then, guys. We'll let you crack on and focus in on the second half. Good luck. Harry, what did you make of that first 45 minutes?
Oh, Jota's such a cool customer. I mean, he doesn't look like he's stressing when we watch him. It doesn't look like he's stressing when he's playing. But Dwight had a good chance there towards the end of the first half to actually get back in it. And I did say the next goal counts, and it's proving very vital right now with the score at 2-0 right now. But Smithy, still not over yet. I'm not going to make another prediction, but I do predict that we're going to see something different from Dwight. He has to come more attacking now. Still use the possession-based football, which he's good at, but he's got to change it now. Otherwise, it's going to be another bin.
Yeah, I think Dwight might have to make some changes. I agree with you, Harry. Diogo has been in complete control here. He's such a top FIFA 20 player, Diogo Jota, which we knew about coming into this tournament. He's been emphatic in all of the games so far. So it'll be interesting to see if Dwight does use to make any changes, because the clock will tick down. We've all been in this situation when we're playing FIFA. That clock goes very fast when you are losing, Joe. And Dwight needs to pull something out of the bag soon if he's to have any chance to make it through to our final.
We are having a couple of technical issues here just in terms of our ability to see the game. Carrying on playing, though, we will bring you those action as soon as we feasibly can. Of course, everybody is doing this from their own lounge. So we are trying on. There will be a few technical difficulties. We'll try to bring you back into the game in just a second. It remains, though, Wolves 2-0. Smithy, let's come back to Diogo Jota's tournament as a whole.
Yeah, quite rightly you're saying there, Joe. Obviously, everyone is doing this remotely, so do bear with us because this is a big effort to bring this to you live. Diogo's tournament so far, in answer to your question, has been absolutely mesmerising. It's been faultless, if you like. 8-2 win against Leicester in the last 16. That was Wilfred and Didi. But a big chance here. And we've got a goal. Big moment in the game. Chris Wood scoring for Dwight McNeil's Burnley. It is Wolves 2, Burnley 1, and we've got a big game on our hands now, Joe.
What a big moment. In the last game, it was about the same time that Trent Alexander-Arnold got one back, and Dwight McNeil has done the same. A lucky rebound, but he should have taken the first chance anyway. Opened Diogo Jota up with some beautiful build-up, and now is really open. It's there for anyone. Wolves on the attack here, though, looking to get a third. Just slow build-up play around the edge. Dwight talked about how hard it is to defend against Diogo, constantly turning, lots of fake shots. Traore to the byline, chance, cutback, goal. Another Adama Traore cutback, and this time it's Raul Jimenez who finishes it off, Harry.
Oh, it's so bad for Dwight because he just scored. He was about to get back in the game, and Diogo's just proved he's class over and over again. Adama Traore has been absolutely instrumental to most of the goals for Diogo, and he's proven again how fast and how quick he is. Very, very hard to beat him in real life and in the game as well, Smithy.
Yeah, it's such a shame for Dwight McNeil. He just got back into the game courtesy of that Chris Wood goal, and then a matter of moments later, Diogo Jota straight away. Diogo Jota is absolutely ruthless in this game. As soon as he gives an opponent a sniff, he gets straight back into it with another goal. 3-1 lead, courtesy of that Raul Jimenez goal. But Dwight McNeil on the attack now, but it's cleared once again from Wolves' back line. So just as Dwight getting back into it, Diogo back in control. Just over 20 minutes left on the clock as Adama Traore looks to utilise his pace down the right-hand side. This would surely kill the game off if this was to find its way into the back of the net. It's a lovely bit of build-up play from Wolves, and Diogo Jota just playing the possession game, Joe.
Yeah, you can see Diogo's mixed up his style over the last 2 games. We've seen him go quite central, pick a pass through the line. This time he's using Adama Traore's pace and power out wide to get to the byline, put the ground cross that's so effective on FIFA 20 in, and find the feet of Jota or Jimenez. Look at these turns. Very, very smart play by Diogo Jota. He knows he's 20 minutes away from the grand final of the ePREMIER League Invitational. He's into the box with Vinagre. Dwight's able to clear. Everybody has pretty much struggled to stop Diogo Jota scoring goals. He scored 8 against Leicester. He scored 5 against Sheffield. He scored 3 in 70 minutes against Burnley. Trent, if he does indeed face him, is in for a tough task stopping this Wolves team, Smithy.
Yeah, he is indeed. You would have to say Diogo Jota would go into this final if he survives the next 15 minutes, which many people would think he would do as favourite against Trent. Harry, we know that we've got fans watching all around the world. This has captured the imagination of so many fans. We've seen players say that they've had texts from teammates urging them to do well. What are the fans saying? Are they expecting Diogo Jota to see this game out and get into the final, I expect?
Yeah, pretty much so. A lot of the people are saying how much he plays like a wizard. Diogo Jota comes across as a player that I would definitely cancel the game if I was playing him online. He doesn't seem to be able to give anyone a breathing space, really and truly, and we're seeing it now. And Dwight's an amazing player, as you can see, but the scoreline definitely is a showing how great Diogo is, actually, to be honest. But still time in the game, 10 minutes, but there's another chance here. Oh, he's gone for he absolutely loves the chip, doesn't he, Joe?
Yeah, really beautiful build-up play. The timing on the through ball to Raul Jimenez was just impeccable, wasn't it? And at the moment, it looks like it is going to be Diogo Jota versus Trent Alexander-Arnold in our grand final. Dwight can hold his head up really high, though. He's played brilliantly up to this point. The win against Neil Maupay was one of my highlights of the tournament. That last-ditch golden goal. And it's been a great journey for Dwight. He obviously dispatched of Ryan Fredericks, he dispatched of Josh Franceschi and of Neil Maupay, but maybe just one step too far, Smithy.
Yeah, I think it is going to be one step too far. He's going to need a miracle now to get back into this. But as we said, worth pointing out, Dwight McNeil, fantastic tournament, played the most minutes by some distance getting to this stage because he came through the qualifying round. 3-2 against West Ham, Ryan Fredericks. He then had to play Josh Franceschi, one of our celebrity competitors, from Yumi at Stitz, winning that one 3-1. Chance for Wolves to steal the game off. Rebound shot, it's off the post. And just finally, he then came through that golden goal, as we said, 0-0. So credit to Dwight. As Wolves look to wrap it up, they have wrapped it up in his 4-1. Diogo Jota with his teammate in real life, Raul Jimenez. Diogo Jota advances to the final.
Yeah, just a brilliant piece of build-up play, wasn't it? He was unlucky not to score in the first place. That would have been one of the goals of the tournament with that back heel from Raul Jimenez. The ball eventually fell out to him again, though, and he wasn't going to miss a second opportunity. Really, really good performance by Diogo Jota. He's looked so confident, Smithy.
Yes, and that is the full-time whistle. So we now know our finalists. It will be Trent Alexander-Arnold going up against Diogo Jota. A great performance. Let's speak to both players there from our second semi-final. Diogo, 4-1 victory. You must be very happy, but he gave you a tough game.
Yeah, I did watch his game yesterday, and I knew that score first was very important to try and force him to make mistakes. Although we stick to his game plan, I think I have more opportunities, so deserve to win.
Dwight, you scored that goal courtesy of Chris Wood, and then he scored straight away. So just when we thought you had a chance, that must have been very frustrating to concede so soon after getting back into it.
Yeah, tiny bit, but Jota's a great player. The way he plays, the way he builds up. But I wish him well in the final. I hope he wins it.
Yeah, just give us an insight into how good he is to play against, because so many players that we've spoken about, players that haven't even played against him, have said that he's been one of the players that have impressed so much. So many Premier League players watching this, and fans around the world, of course, and saying how good Diogo is. So just give us an insight coming up against him, how difficult he is to beat.
Yeah, he's a really good player, especially attacking. He shows that he has a lot of options going forward with, and when he's turning, it's hard to read what he's going to do.
And do you have a message for him, Dwight, going into the final? Do you want to see him win so that you can say that you lost to the winner?
Yeah, of course. And I wish him the best in the final, and I hope he wins it.
Diogo, just looking ahead to the final, it will be Wolverhampton Wanderers against Liverpool, yourself against Trent Alexander-Arnold. How are you feeling ahead of our final match of the tournament?
First of all, appreciate the McNeil words. It was a good opponent, and now I don't know what to expect. I saw parts of Trent game, so I know that he likes to attack as well. So let's see.
What did you make of Trent's performance? You said that you saw parts of his game. Of course, it was such an exciting game to watch because he went 2-0 down, came back, and then obviously won in golden goal. What have you made of Trent from what you've seen of him so far?
Yeah, I know that he was 2 down, but I also noticed some connectivity issues. So I know that affects your game. So what I can know is you won't give up. It doesn't matter the result. So let's see if I have an opportunity to defend the result like Ryan had.
Diogo, you've been so calm throughout this whole tournament and in your celebrations as well. Are you starting to feel a little bit more nervous now that you're in the final? Does that give any more added pressure, or is it just business as usual in the next game?
No, to be honest, yesterday I was too nervous. I don't know why. Today was better, so let's go on to the final straight away.
There we go. Well, congratulations to Diogo. And Dwight, commiserations to you. You've been absolutely fantastic throughout this whole tournament. So well done, Dwight. And Diogo, congratulations again. Yes. We will see you very shortly in the final. Joe, another good semi-final. We now know our 2 finalists. Our final game in the 5th and final day. It's been such a brilliant tournament. It's going to be Wolves against Liverpool, mate.
Yeah, I mean, Diogo Jota, just what a class act. Very, very calm, but his build-up play is so aesthetically pleasing, isn't it? He loves a drag back. He loves a fake shot. It's really hard to get the ball off him in and around the edge of the area, and Dwight alluded to it there. When you get to the byline, he doesn't know whether he's going to be able to cross the ball, whether he's going to fake shot back with Adama Traore, and that mixture of play makes him such a danger man because he can go direct and he can play short. We've seen at times players like Neil Maupay, sometimes their game is too reliant on short passing and Dwight McNeil is able to defend against it. Whereas with Diogo Jota, when you're playing slightly more expansive, a long ball down the line to Adama Traore sets him free, and that's when you can really get exposed. So Trent is in for a difficult game, but let's take nothing away from him. He looks like a good player as well, Harry.
Oh, yeah, amazing. I think this is going to be the best game, obviously, because it is the final. But in terms of how the players play, different styles in terms of how they play. You alluded to how he uses the wings very much so with Adama Traore. Very, very difficult to stop that player as well. And I think he's used himself, Jota and Jimenez very well. It's very, very difficult to play a player like that because he holds on to the ball and every pass looks like it's going to end up as a goal, as we've seen. But if I am going to do an assumption, because I'm going to do one now, I'm actually going to go against what I've said. I'm going to go for Jota. And thank you to all the fans, actually, because you've been keeping me very much entertained. If you even type in Jota on Twitter, he's actually should be trending soon because a lot of people are saying he's amazing. They've even used the word wizard, just Smithy.
Yeah, quite rightly so as well. Diogo Jota has been absolutely brilliant. Quick word on Dwight McNeil, Joe, as well, because all the Burnley fans, a lot of Burnley fans interacting with us, been very pleased. He can hold his head up very high, can't he? Played so much FIFA, the most FIFA of any other competitor. And again, he gave a good account of himself in that semi-final.
Yeah, very magnanimous in defeat, wasn't he? Very, very calm FIFA player. A lot like Jota, sits back, relaxed. Yesterday, we saw him sweating a little bit more against Neil Maupay when that went to the 60th minute of golden goal. Sadly, I think today was probably one game too many for him. He dispatched Josh Franceschi in the early rounds really well after a couple of early errors, punished them, and he also did the same with Ryan Frederick. So he's been a brilliant competitor in this EPL Invitational tournament. It might well be that that was just one game too many, but nevertheless, congratulations to Dwight for taking part. He's been a great competitor.
And how do you see this one going, the final, Joe? Of course, it's been a great week. Brilliant tournament. I have to say as well, the format of the tournament, because it's just straight knockout, it's been so exciting. We've seen such attacking football because of the format. The fact that if you lose one game, you are out. And it's interesting to see now how the players will attack this final, whether they go all out attack. The fact that they've watched each other as well. A big element of our first round games is that a lot of players said they don't know anything about their opponent, particularly whether the ones that are up against the celebrity opponents. So how do you see the final now? We've got Liverpool against Wolves. Do you put Diogo Jota as slight favourite based on what we've seen so far in this tournament?
Do you know what? I'm going to call it neck and neck, because Trent had the best defensive record coming into this game, coming into today, and Jota had the best attacking record. And it has nothing I've seen has really changed my mind. You know, Raheem Sterling might have got the benefit of a few connectivity issues in the first game, and then we saw the real Trent come out to play, and Jota just maintains that imperious nature. Brilliant, brilliant performance from Jota and from Trent. We can see the draw now in full to see how these players got to the final. Trent, as I said earlier, had to beat Tom Grennan, then he beat Atsu, and today he beat Raheem Sterling. As for Diogo Jota, he hammered Wilfred Ndidi 8-2, then he dispatched of Sheffield United before just then beating Dwight McNeil 4-1 with Burnley. The final is going to be an epic encounter between two of the Premier League's best FIFA players. Trent Alexander-Arnold earlier calling it a massive moment for him if he wins this, and Diogo Jota remaining cool, calm and collected, Smithy.
Yeah, exactly. Can't have said it better myself. Cool, calm and collective is exactly what Diogo Jota is. But will he be cool, calm and collective in the final? Don't go anywhere. Time for a quick break. But afterwards, it will be the final of the EPL Invitational. We'll see you very soon. Yeah, and if you are just joining us, we can show you what has happened and how the semi-finals have unfolded. Two brilliant semi-finals. First of which was Trent Alexander-Arnold going up against his England teammate Raheem Sterling of Manchester City. Raheem Sterling with the early lead. Look, he didn't even flinch through Sergio Aguero. And then a big moment in the game, a bit of contentious moment in the game, as Raheem Sterling was awarded a penalty. Trent not happy with that. Sergio Aguero stepped up and Sergio Aguero scored. So it was 2-0 at the halfway stage to Raheem Sterling. Trent had a lot to do to get back into this. And Raheem Sterling hitting the post twice. 20 minutes on the clock, 20 minutes left, and it was all Raheem Sterling. But Trent Alexander-Arnold with a great goal to get back into it through Bobby Firmino. Raheem Sterling hitting the post again. Nothing was going Raheem's way in the second half. 78 minutes on the clock. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold straight down the other end. And he got that all-important equaliser through the captain, Jordan Henderson. And look what it meant to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Fist pump in the air. It was 2-2. We went to golden goal. And straight from kickoff, Trent Alexander-Arnold straight down the byline. And he scored with a deflection with a minute and a half on the clock of golden goal. First goal wins. Raheem's out. Trent made it through to the final. Our second semi-final saw tournament favourite Diogo Jota representing Wolves going up against Burnley's Dwight McNeil. It's been such an epic day. Burnley's Dwight McNeil, and it was all Diogo Jota early on, sailing into a 1-0 lead thanks to that Moutinho effort. Diogo Jota having such a great tournament, and he sailed himself into a 2-0 lead, but Dwight McNeil got back into it, courtesy of that Chris Wood goal. Just as it looked like Dwight was getting back into it, Diogo Jota scored what was a hammer blow to Dwight McNeil. He knew what that was for the game. It was a huge turning point. 3-1, 1 foot in the final. And that was the goal that did it, 4-1. So Diogo Jota advancing courtesy of that Raul Jimenez goal. So two very different semi-finals, Joe, but two very entertaining ones nonetheless.
Yeah, Diogo Jota is a joy to watch, isn't he, at times? I'm sure the whole FIFA community are watching this with smiles on their faces because he plays some brilliant football. Trent Alexander-Arnold does as well too. So this game coming up now is going to be a bit of a chess match. Expect lots of tactics, lots of in-game tweaks. I think we can expect to see loads of fake shots from Diogo Jota, plenty of turns as we've seen that have become synonymous with his game. As for Trent Alexander-Arnold, if he can remake some of the form we saw in the earlier days, I think he stands a great chance against Diogo Jota, Smithy.
Yeah, Joe, do you think we'll expect to see any tactical changes? Because Trent has said he's seen Diogo play. Diogo said he's seen Trent play. Obviously, the latter, when we get into this tournament, they have the advantage of watching the other matches because we have been live, obviously, for 5 days now. Do you expect to see any tactical changes going into the final?
I don't think so. I think Wolves are pretty well set up now. You know how they're going to play. Diogo Jota is such a danger man with himself as captain, and Raul Jimenez brings players like Adama Traore into the game. And as for Liverpool never change, do they? It's the same team nearly week in, week out, and you can never beat them. You can expect that front three of Salah, Firmino and Sadio Mane to cause problems all day long.
Let's bring Harry Pinero in. He's been with us all week. I've been pleased to say, Harry, we started with 20 players. Every single Premier League team represented either by a player from their squad or, of course, a celebrity fan. We saw 2 celebrity fans. Do you think these are 2 worthy finalists? Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool going up against Diogo Jota of Wolves.
100%. I think both players have deserved to be where they are right now. Trent has got like a never say die attitude, doesn't know when he's beaten, continues to, and we saw that in the Sterling game. And we know about Jota, he's absolutely amazing. We've arguably the best player so far that I've seen play, but we'll find out who actually is the best come this final. And I've said what I've said earlier. I do believe Jota has got it what it takes actually to win this, but Trent has got that never say die attitude. So hopefully it's a goals galore game like we've seen previously, Smithy.
Yeah, and Harry, you've been chatting to or engaging with the fans, as I said, loads of fans watching this, been excited by this tournament. It's been really great to see how many people have been involved in interacting with you and getting behind and really supporting the team that they support, isn't it?
100%, and this has all been put on for a good cause. So all the fans that have been actually interacting, thank you so much. You've kept me entertained. A lot of Jota fans, a lot of Trent fans. It's hit boiling point now. So I can't actually respond to everyone right now. So I have to enjoy the game as much as you guys, Smithy.
Yeah, let's speak. Going into our final, let's speak to Trent Alexander-Arnold one more time. Trent, you are in the final. Before we talk about this game, just give us an insight into what this means to you. Obviously, you've had great success in the Premier League and in many cup competitions with Liverpool, obviously represented England. But I know that you said early on this is something you wanted to win, and so many Liverpool fans and teammates have been speaking to you. So just give us an insight into how proud you've been to represent Liverpool and how much you've enjoyed being involved in this tournament so far.
Yeah, it's been fun. Obviously, like I've said before, I think it was yesterday, the day before, it's all for a good cause, and it gives everyone a chance to get involved in something and support the team. So it's good to get so far in a knockout competition, and hopefully the final will be a good game.
I'm seeing you checking your messages there. I spoke to you yesterday. You said a lot of your teammates have been messaging you. Have any of your teammates been in touch after that epic semi-final?
Yeah, I sent Endo a message saying thank you for scoring me the equaliser.
Love that. Did Henderson get back to you? What did he say?
He just put laughing faces, but yeah, it's good to have the support of the team as well.
It was an unbelievable game. We've got to talk about your opponent, Diogo Jota. So many players that have played in this tournament have said just how impressed they've been. I know that you've seen a lot of him play. What have you made of his tournament? Because it's almost been a faultless tournament from Jota so far.
Yeah, good player, really good player. Someone who's patient, tough to break down as well, and scores a lot of goals. So I'm sure I need to be really good defensively to stand a chance, and hopefully I'll be able to beat him.
Okay, all the best for the final to both of our players. So those were the thoughts of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe.
Yeah, we can speak to Diogo Jota as well. Now, Diogo, you've been cool, calm and confident throughout the whole tournament. Is that how you're going to be in this game too?
I want to be, yeah. Let's see if the result helps. And I want to do a good game.
And obviously you beat Dwight McNeil there. Was that your best performance of the tournament so far?
Yeah, I did very good games. The opponent changes everything. So let's see how this game goes.
And what would it mean to you to win the tournament representing Wolves? Obviously, I've seen you interacting with fans, people sending you messages. What would it mean to you?
Yeah, I'm always proud to represent this club in these terms in a different way, in the PlayStation at home. But this was a really good tournament to get everyone involved, even the fans. So let's finish it now, and I hope I win the tournament.
And just before we let you get on with the game, do you have one final message for Trent before you kick off?
No, I wish him all the best, of course, but I want to win, so I know he wants to win as well. So I think it will be a good game.
Thanks very much, guys. Good luck. So there we go, Harry. What do you make of that?
Yeah, two confident players who actually believe in their ability to win this game, which is very good. They're not holding back anymore. I think Jota did a good job of holding it back. Well, no more holding back from him anyway. But I'm more intrigued to see how this game's going to go, what styles they're going to use, if they're going to change anything, what players are going to be influential. We've seen how great Adama Traore has been for Jota, and we've seen how good the front three of Firmino, Mane and Salah have been for Trent. So it'll be very, very intrigued to see who comes out on top in this one. But two elite players, and they've done well to actually get to this position, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait for this game to start, to be totally honest. Diogo Jota is a joy to watch every time he picks up the pad. And the same can be said about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Whoever wins this game is massively deserving of it. It has to be said. I think this is the two best FIFA players in the entire competition coming up against each other here. We haven't seen too many shocks. These two are absolutely elite, Smithy.
Yeah, these two have been absolutely brilliant and thoroughly deserve their place in the final. Liverpool against Wolves. So many fans tuning in for this one. It should be very exciting indeed. And also, Joe, the other thing I want to say is two very calm players as well. We've seen certain players as well in the early stages of this tournament. It's been very animated, but these two very calm. We are underway. It is the final of the ePREMIER League Invitational. It is Wolves against Liverpool. And this is one I'm very excited about. Who will be crowned the first ever EPL Invitational champion? We will find out very soon, Joe. Cannot wait.
Yeah, both players are going to look to use that slow build-up play. There'll be a few nerves circling, I'm sure. Diogo Jota just looking to settle himself down, looking to settle this Wolves team into the game. We've spoken a lot about Liverpool's front three, Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, but maybe we haven't spoken enough about Adama Traore, Jimenez and Jota's connection, because that's been brilliant too, and you can see them piling forward here. Tries to do a little dummy, it doesn't pay off, but this game is guaranteed to be a good watch, isn't it, Harry?
Oh, amazing. Two different styles, as we've already pointed out before. I think it's going to be about who can defend better, who is able to stay concentrated, because as later as the game goes on, sometimes you can lose some type of composure. Hopefully none of the players do that too early, because then it just becomes a landslide, and I'm hoping for a very equal contested game. However, I do see that, Trent's pressing as Liverpool do. I can see the front three already in the box, so I think it's going to be a good game, maybe high scoring. I think I'm going to predict a high scorer, Smithy.
I love that, HP. Getting back with the predictions. Let's see if you are right. It's still 0-0 though, the 11th minute. So I'll remember that prediction, high scoring. Of course, these two have met twice this season already. Liverpool winning 2-1 at Molineux. I don't know if you remember that game, but that was a very, very famous match in which Trent started. Jota came off the bench. Firmino with an 84th minute winner. Trent got the assist for the first Liverpool goal. How many times have we said that this season? Trent with the assist. And then a very famous match as well at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Wolves 0. Jota and Trent both starting. Sadio Mane gave Liverpool the lead just before half-time. And we remember that there was a bit of contention with that, but it was given. And Liverpool coming up on top in both the matches this season, but only by 1 goal. So very tough to separate in this season. Of course, Liverpool absolutely flying in the Premier League. 82 points, only 1 loss. Wolves having a very good season. 6th place in the Premier League on 43 points as well. So both players having a very good season for their teams and individually. First chance of the game. And it's a save from Rui Patricio, Joe.
Yeah, at the moment, Diogo Jota is actually having a little bit of trouble getting out from the back. Trent's pressing really high, and it's causing Diogo Jota to go a little bit longer than he's used to. But, we're only 19 minutes into the game. It's got plenty of time left. Adama Traore on the ball now, and it's going to be crucial to get him involved in the game as much as possible. He's provided so many assists in this tournament for Diogo Jota, getting to the byline, cutting it back to either Jota himself or Jimenez. And I'm expecting more of the same in this tournament. Look at that. Trent, brilliant defending to cut off that passing lane there. This is a game of chess between two excellent FIFA players. Jimenez is in the box. But look at this brilliant defending by Virgil van Dijk, Smithy.
Brilliant defending. And once again, we're seeing quite a cagey game in this final. As I think we expected, both teams just feeling each other out. Trent coming through that epic semi-final, the first semi-final of the day. 2-0 down to Raheem Sterling, bringing it back to 2 and then scoring that golden goal. Diogo Jota dispatching of Dwight McNeil of Burnley in our other semi-final. That was 4-1 to Diogo Jota with goals galore in this tournament so far, but struggling to find a real opportunity or a goal so far in this game. 27 minutes on the clock as Adama Traore breaks forward. Nice little build-up play this. Adama Traore into Moutinho. I think Diogo Jota just looking to play about outside the box. We've seen him do this so effectively in many of his games of the tournament so far. And this could be the first real chance of the game. It's a chance and it's a goal. No, it's not. I got ahead of myself, Joe. I thought it was in. Too excited. It was a big chance. Thought it hit the back of the net. It didn't. It hit the side of the net. It is still 0-0.
I think it did hit the back of the net there, Smithy, actually, but I think it was a player offside in the build-up, so it was pulled back for that. But nevertheless, Diogo Jota can take some content from that. Just managed to open Trent up nicely with some good skill dribbling around the edge of the box. The game remains 0-0 at the moment. Just a reminder of how both these players got to this stage. Diogo Jota beat Leicester, Sheffield and Burnley on his way to the final. Trent Alexander-Arnold had to beat Manchester United in the form of Tom Grennan, one of our celebrity fans, Newcastle, and then a top-of-the-table clash between Liverpool and Man City saw him beat Raheem Sterling, and he's on the attack now, looking to make the most of this excellent front three that Liverpool possess. But brilliant defending by Diogo Jota. Shut that down with aplomb, Harry.
As much as I've been looking forward to the attacking play, I've been actually amazed by the defensive performances by both players. They've been very, very quick to shut up shop, not allowing a player to actually get a lot of possession. The possession's mainly been controlled in the midfield and a bit of defensive play from outside of the back. But it's a great defensive performance by both of these players. But Jota can take some sort of, achievement from the fact that he did just breach them, even though it was offside. But we have a chance here, and it's I thought that was in, Joe. I thought that was in. I'm about to say goal.
Oh my word, that is a massive save by Rui Patricio. You could see how frustrated Trent was. It didn't hit the back of the net, hands on the head moment. All of those chances have got to go in the final, especially when you're playing a player of Diogo Jota's calibre. That was so close. Opening him up really well, though, it has to be said. Maybe we haven't made enough of Trent's defensive abilities either, because Diogo's struggling to pick passes through too. Trent coming into this finals day had only conceded 2 goals in all competitions. Here's a chance, though. Raul Jimenez is in. Raul Jimenez! Big save himself by Alisson. It's end-to-end stuff, Smithy.
It is end-to-end, 2 big saves from both keepers. And incredibly, it's nil. We haven't seen many games that have been 0-0 at the half-time stage throughout this tournament. It's been a very high-scoring tournament. It looks like, as we're a minute in to injury time, we are going to be goalless going into the half-time stage in the EPL Invitational final. These teams can't be separated, Joe.
There's going to be one last attack for Liverpool, though. He's to the byline. Chance, and they will be separated at half-time. Sadio Mane, I think it is. Is it Sadio Mane? It might be Gini Wijnaldum attacking the back stick. It is Gini Wijnaldum attacking the back stick. Brilliant lofted delivery. So hard to score from crosses in the air in this game. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to go into half-time with a shock 1-0 lead over tournament favourite Diogo Jota, Smithy.
Yeah, there is the half-time whistle. So it is Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool 1, Diogo Jota of Wolves 0. Diogo, let's talk to Diogo first. Your assessment of that first half. You've been so dominant in many games. This is a very, very tough and close match, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, he does like pressure. I'm struggling to get out. And he's controlling good my movements with the centre-back. So it's being hard. Let's see if I can go back in the second half.
Are you going to look to make any tactical changes at the half-time stage?
Maybe. Let's see.
I love that, not giving anything away. Trent, let's bring you in. Big moment, big goal right before the half-time whistle. Gini Wijnaldum delivering the goods for you, 1-0. You must be very pleased with that first half performance.
Yeah, it's been good for me. I think defended quite well. But yeah, he's still a threat on the attack, so I've got to stay focused.
Yeah, you've defended brilliantly. You've done what no player in this tournament's done so far and kept Diogo Jota out for 45 minutes. How good is Diogo Jota? Just give us a restarting straight away. Okay, we are back straight away. The players just want to get into it, and I can completely understand it. It's Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Diogo Jota saying he's going to look to make some tactical changes, so it'll be interesting to see what he does and at what point he makes those changes. Trent ruthless in that first half, and what a time to score right before the half-time whistle.
Yeah, they're on the counter-attack here, though, Wolves. Adama Traore's opened them up, and Diogo Jota's in. Should score! I can't believe it. What a save from Alisson. Took it slightly differently to how I was expecting Diogo Jota to take that. Thought he'd go front post with a power shot, but he didn't. He went for the finesse, and it didn't work out in the end. But as you can see from that attack there, this game is not over yet. Trent might have one of the better defensive records, but Wolves are on the attack. They'll get to the byline and Alisson will maintain it. Trent's going to do really well to keep Jota at bay here. Nobody's managed to do it so far in the tournament. He scored 8 against Leicester. He scored 5 against Sheffield. He scored 4 in the semi-final. Will he be able to get on the score sheet here? They're in again, Wolves, but it's offside. And breathe, Smithy.
And breathe is exactly the word I was about to use, Joe. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible, really. Jota. 13 goals coming into the game, coming into the day, and another 4 goals in the semi-final. I don't think any of us would have predicted that he wouldn't have scored a goal coming up to the 60th minute mark. Very, very surprised, and very credit has to go to Trent Alexander-Arnold for how well he has defended in this match, Harry. We didn't see this side of the game in terms of Diogo Jota being kept out for this long.
Yeah, I thought he was actually going to be attack-based, but he is very, very good defensively. Alisson has been absolutely instrumental for him in goal, been very big when there's been one-on-one chances, and Virgil van Dijk actually replicating his form in real life as well in this game. He's been absolutely amazing. Diogo said he was struggling, and you can clearly see it's hard for him to actually get into the rhythm of the way he's been playing throughout this tournament. But as we've seen before in previous games, it's not over yet. Still enough time for him to get back into this game. But he's got to be very, very clinical against this amazing team that Trent has put out today, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, how good has this performance been from Trent? He's saved his best for last against the best player in the competition other than himself. This is just a masterclass defensively so far by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Pressing high. Diogo spoke at half-time about how he's struggling to build up from the back. Wouldn't give us any insight into the tactical changes he might make. And rightly so, because this game is so close. It's a matter of margins either way. He doesn't want to give Trent any insight into how he's going to play. Trent still going forward. Brilliant 1-2 with Sadio Mane and Gini Wijnaldum. Trent to the byline. Here's a chance. Good defending by Wolverhampton Wanderers, Smithy.
Yeah, corner for Liverpool. We've seen Trent whipping some famous corners for Liverpool in the Premier League, of course, and in other competitions. Ball whipped in from Liverpool in the byline. It was Trent Alexander-Arnold with the corner, but well defended Diogo Jota. This is a crucial period in the game. Interesting to see how Trent goes about these tactics. Diogo Jota knows that he's going to have to score soon. Don't forget, if it does get an equaliser from Diogo, we will go to golden goal, and that means the first person to score in our next matchup will win. But as things stand, Trent Alexander-Arnold, 1-0 up on the 68th minute mark, will be crowned the EPL Invitational champion if he can hold on to this lead.
Yeah, this is one of the best defensive displays we've seen. We saw Dwight McNeil keep out Neil Maupay yesterday in that 0-0 epic that went 160 minutes. And this is another brilliant defensive display by Trent Alexander-Arnold. The ability to stop Diogo Jota in his tracks should not be underestimated. This is a guy who's represented Wolves at esports level. He's going to represent Portugal at esports level in FIFA as well in the coming weeks. So he is a fantastic competitor. But Trent is really keeping him at bay. We haven't seen that many big Diogo Jota chances other than that one Alisson save. And as you can see again, struggles to get through the lines, Smithy.
He does struggle to get through the lines. And suddenly we find ourselves with 15 minutes on the clock, and it's a chance for Wolves. Surely they're going to have to take one of these chances if they're going to get back into the game. A lovely drag back, and there is the equaliser. It's a big moment in the game. It's a Adama Traore for Diogo Jota. 75 minutes on the clock, 1-1 in the EPL Invitational final, and we have a game on our hands.
Absolute filth from Diogo Jota. That back heel was incredible, nutmegging the defender in the process. That's one of the goals of the tournament for me. Just the audacity to do a skill pass in that area. Nobody else has done it, and Diogo Jota is able to produce at the highest level. It's currently 1-1 then, Smithy.
Yeah, just a reminder, if it stays 1-1, we will go to golden goal in our final. We've only had golden goal twice in this whole competition. One was in Trent Alexander-Arnold's semi-final earlier on today, so he's used to golden goal. Diogo Jota isn't. If it is 1-1 or a draw at the end of this 90 minutes, it's golden goal, which means we'll go again, and the first person to score will win. Imagine going to golden goal in the final, Joe.
Oh, my word. Hands are sweating. There's a chance for Wolves. Raul Jimenez, brilliant defending by Trent and Virgil van Dijk yet again. This is like watching two chess masters play out an absolute epic, isn't it? All tactical. You can see both players fully concentrated. This is the toughest game that Diogo Jota's had in the tournament for sure. Trent is giving him an excellent contest. 5 minutes left on the clock, Harry. The people at home, the fans watching, must be going mad.
They are going absolutely insane. There's a lot of people that thought that Jota was going to win this game easily. Same with Trent, but it's been equally an amazing game. Both players have actually played very, very well, and both actually deserve it. It's been that tight. But Virgil van Dijk has been absolutely amazing for Trent, alongside Alisson as well. They've done an amazing job to keep Jota at bay, but the game's not over yet. Very, very, very tight. I said I called it for Jota. I don't know what I'm thinking, but it's so tight right now. Oh my God! Oh there, Trent. I can't believe he's missed that, though.
Oh my word. Trent is absolutely furious with himself. Puts his hand to his mouth. I can't believe he's missed that chance in the 90th minute to win the EPL Invitational. What an unbelievable chance. Through one-on-one, blazing it over the bar. And I wondered now whether that is going to come back and bite him because Wolves are pushing forward. Here's a chance for Jota, one-on-one. Oh, my word! I cannot believe what I'm seeing. In the 90th minute of this game, Diogo Jota puts his hand to his head. How on earth did you miss there, Diogo?
He could have scored before. So, tight game. I think it's fair to go to the second match.
Okay, so we're going to go to golden goal now. Talk us through your emotions, Trent. You must be pretty stressed there.
Yeah, very. It's been a tight game, to be honest. It could go either way, so it's exciting to see what happens now.
And you had a big chance yourself right at the final whistle. Thought you were going to hit the net, has to be said.
Yeah, massive. I thought I timed it well, but he's absolutely rocked it over the bar.
Yeah, knock that one out of Anfield. Let's get into the next game then, guys. Good luck. Smithy, let's come to you then. This is just an epic, isn't it? Golden goal now.
Joe, to put this into perspective, we've had 4 days of competitive FIFA action prior to today. Only once did we get a golden goal. And today, in 3 games, we've seen 2 golden goals. I mean, it's just absolutely unprecedented. And both involving Trent Alexander-Arnold. The final of the EPL Invitational will be decided by golden goal, only for the 3rd time in the whole tournament. Absolutely incredible. So just to reiterate, the first team to score wins the EPL Invitational. Both teams brewing big chances in the 90th minute. And Harry, we've got a golden goal on our hands, mate.
My hands are on my head. I literally, I thought, I didn't know what was happening there. All I saw was Jota absolutely Fluffy's lines there. But this is an amazing part of the game. Golden goal. This is where it gets really tense. If we're talking about sweaty pads, we ain't seen nothing yet. Oh my, no way. Oh, I don't even have to talk anymore, Sophie.
Harry, I can tell you're nervous for them. 4 minutes on the clock. Of course, Trent had won the golden goal by this point last time. And it's a chance for Wolves. Wolves with a bit of early pressure in this game. But Trent has been defending brilliantly against Diogo, who scored goals for fun in this tournament coming into this game.
Imagine the pressure now sitting there. Imagine the pressure now sitting there and playing this game. Millions watching at home and are going to watch you win or lose in the next few minutes because, as you said, Smithy, the next goal wins. And we are already 10 minutes into this. We saw Neil Maupay versus Dwight McNeil go 60 minutes in golden goal. It's nearly a record, I believe. This one could be just as close. Liverpool on the attack here. Slow, patient build-up play. And then a little bit rushed, just as I say that. Commentator's curse for Trent there. But I just can't split these players. They are fantastic FIFA competitors, Harry.
Yeah, the viewers must think Harry doesn't know what he's talking about because I've absolutely made 9 predictions and I'm counting and I've got all of them wrong. But this has been an amazing game. It's actually shown why these 2 players are in the final because there's absolutely nothing to separate them. Absolutely nothing to separate them, as I said. But do you know what? Trent's defending has been absolutely remarkable. It's been brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant. Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk have been absolutely amazing. It's been a game that's been very, very high tempo, but we can't actually break them right now, Joe.
No, we can't split these 2 at all. Trent's defending has been a joy to watch, and he's on the attack now, but he can't make the most of it, and Wolves will break away, look to use the pace of that front line. Raul Jimenez and Adama Traore, who's been a constant threat in the side of Liverpool here, looking to get to the byline once again and cut it back. It's been a real tactic of Diogo Jota's throughout this tournament, nearly impossible to stop when he gets it right. But Trent's put in an expert defensive display there to the byline again, Wolves, but a more brilliant defending by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Coming into today, he'd only conceded 2 goals against Man United and Newcastle. He shipped 2 more against Raheem Sterling's Manchester City. But today, the defensive display has just been brilliant. He's in himself. There's a chance here for Liverpool on the attack. Roberto Firmino! But it's not. Saved by Rui Patricio, Smithy.
Big save. We've seen both keepers perform very well in this game. It is 0-0 in our golden goal, in our final matchup. As Wolves look to break, could this be the chance that wins the tournament for Wolves? Oh, and again, well picked up from the keeper, Joe. We can't separate them.
few sweaty palms going on, I'm sure, in both of these players' rooms right now. They'll be wiping their hands off because the stress levels are extremely high. 25 minutes into golden goal, I might remind you. The next goal wins the game. These two have already played out one epic draw, and we're seeing more brilliant FIFA unfold in front of us here. Wolves looking calm though, still with Diogo Jota. He shows no emotion, does he, when he's playing FIFA? Neither does Trent. Both players concentrating. We did see Trent yesterday though, leaning back, looking quite relaxed. Now we can see him in golden goal, sat up, closer to his TV screen. Lots of pressure on both of these players, Harry.
Yeah, lots of pressure, but we can see Diogo's holding on to the ball, waiting for the right opening. I think everyone is aware of how serious a golden goal is if you've ever played alongside or with your friends, how serious and how heartbreaking it is to concede a golden goal. So I think these players are playing with that in the back of their mind. It did get a bit open, but I think now it's got a bit more cagier again. As we can... Oh, no, you know what? The defending from Trent has got to be absolutely amazing. Diogo's absolutely creating some serious openings, but the defensive prowess of him is absolutely stopping all of that right now, Smithy.
Yeah, Harry, I want to ask you quickly, what are the fans saying in this one? Because obviously we've seen so many Wolves fans, so many Liverpool fans supporting their players. Diogo Jota going into this as favourite. What are the fans saying now? What are the predictions we've got coming in?
Trent is going to be labelled a FIFA legend by the Liverpool fans if he gets this over the line. It's been an amazing week for the fans. They've been absolutely engaging. All the fans across the Premier League, 20 Premier League teams have all been. Some of them are still actually in the comments right now. It's too much to... My eyes are just so focused on this game because it's so end-to-end with me.
Love that, Joe. 38 minutes. We're about to approach the half-time stage of our second match of the final. This is just absolutely incredible. A tactical masterclass defensively from both teams.
Yeah, neither team can break each other down, can they? It's just brilliant to watch in terms of defending. Wolves, though, are going to have another chance before the half-time whistle. He's in here. Big chance for Wolves to win it. Oh, he tries the ball roll. I can't believe he tried the ball roll and didn't hit that first time. The audacity of Diogo Jota there. That was the chance to win the EPL Invitational. It looks like we're going to go in a half-time 0-0 in our golden goal match in the final between Wolves and Liverpool. There might be one more attack for Wolves yet, though. They're still pushing forward, still looking to get players to the byline. Get the ball into the feet of Raul Jimenez. Diogo Jota on the ball, into the box. Ball rolls, turns back, chance! Massive defending by Trent Alexander-Arnold today. And it is Mo Salah bringing the ball away. Looking to use his pace and get to the byline himself. Bringing other players into the game. Half-time in the golden goal match. It's 0-0. Diogo, you two cannot be split here.
Yeah, I'm getting nervous now. Not taking the best decisions, and so let's see who handles better, and it can go either way.
Trent, I heard you laughing there. You must be feeling nervous yourself, surely.
Yeah, it's a very tight game. Both teams defended well. He's dominated the ball, created better chances probably, but just trying to stick in there, and I'll get me chance eventually, hopefully.
Okay, we'll let you guys carry on with the second half. Good luck. Smithy, this game has had it all.
We have been blessed for some unbelievable FIFA action. We saw golden goal in our first semi-final. Don't forget, Trent Alexander-Arnold was 2-0 down in that, and he came back to 2-2, and that went to golden goal, and he scored within 2 minutes. Diogo Jota making light work of Dwight McNeil, 4-1 in the other semi-final. We are now in golden goal. This game finished 1-1 after 90 minutes, so we're now in golden goal. Second half of our second game of the final of the Invitational. And the next goal wins the tournament, Joe.
Next goal wins the tournament. Will we go further than we saw Dwight McNeil and Neil Maupay go as Liverpool look to attack? That game went 155 minutes in total. At the moment, this is 138 minutes into the game, so we could well see it happen. Both players must be tired. They must be sweating. They must be nervous sat at home. Wolves here, though, on the attack as Diogo Jota looks to win it. Just rushed his decision there, maybe tiring a little bit mentally. It must be extremely draining for both of these players to play this much FIFA at this high of a level. Liverpool now looking to pull the game their way. Mo Salah bringing it out from the back, but both players, you can see, just rushing it a little bit. They just need to relax, Smithy, because the next goal is going to win someone the tournament. The ball's in behind, though, for Wolves. They're going in behind. There's a great chance for Jota to win the game. Squares it to Traore. Cleared off the line by Trent. It's Jimenez. He's hit the bar. I don't believe what I'm seeing in this EPL Invitational final.
No.
Jota just laughing to himself there, Smithy.
Is that the moment? Is it one of these days where you just say it's quite simply not my day when that happens? Off the line, followed by the crossbar. Diogo Jota must be thinking, what have I got to do to win this game of FIFA 20? Unbelievable. But we are still playing 60 minutes on the clock nearly in our second game. Golden goal in the final. What drama.
What drama indeed. And Wolves looking to build up attack. Liverpool now breaking away. It's so end-to-end. It's so hard to call. Here's a chance. Bobby Firmino's in, but the heavy touch didn't work for Trent. He got caught from behind by the Wolves defenders. We're now 150 minutes into Diogo Jota versus Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we are drawing again. 1-1 the first game finished, just a reminder. We are playing golden goal, so it's 0-0 in this one. I can't believe what I'm seeing, Smithy. They said it couldn't happen, that a golden goal could end as a draw. We could well see it here.
They said it wouldn't happen, but it has happened. It's very unlikely to happen. Trent Alexander-Arnold with a chance, defended well again. Connor Cody defending well for Diogo Jota. They just cannot be separated. 0-0. It's been such a high-scoring tournament as well. One of the lowest-scoring games of the tournament prior to this. And we've only seen golden goal used twice before the final, once involving Trent, and we're seeing it again, and it's a chance for Diogo, and there it is! There is the winning goal! Diogo Jota has won the tournament. Golden goal. Wolverhampton Wanderers are the champions. What a game we witnessed. Joe, Wolverhampton Wanderers with the victory.
Wow, Trent, let's bring you in very quickly. Commiserations on that one. I see your head is in your hands right now. What an epic game, though.
Yeah, good game.
Trent, you're gutted, aren't you? I can tell. It is very hard to take right now. Just a quick word, though. What did you make of Diogo Jota's performance?
Yeah, it's very difficult to break him down. He's patient defensively, and I thought he done quite well against him, to be fair, but he probably deserved to win that last game because of the chances he created.
One final question for you then, Trent, before we let you go. Just sum up this tournament for you. How has it been to represent Liverpool? Although you've crashed out at the final stage, you've done brilliantly well to get this far. Yeah,
it's been a good tournament. I'm happy to get to the final. Obviously gutted to not win it, but he done well. He done really well in the final.
Commiserations, Trent. Thanks very much for joining us.
Yeah, so Trent Alexander-Arnold coming up just short. How close was that game? Let's bring in our winner, the winner of the EPL Invitation, Diogo Jota. Diogo, you've been very calm throughout this tournament. You must have been nervous and sweating a little bit in that game. What a final.
Wow, I think this is the best way to finish the tournament like this. Although could be unfair, but I think in this case it wasn't. I did play very good in this second match. So congratulations to Trent, he's a good player. And congratulations to Wolves, we won.
And just a quick word on your opponent, Trent, because it's been so comfortable for you going into the final. You scored so many goals. No one really gave you a test until the final. So a word on your opponent, Trent, who gave you such a good game and proved to be a real top FIFA player.
Yes, it is. That's why this game was so tight. Because I did achieve the final third quite often. But you always guessing what I wasn't going to do before I shoot. So, tough game, and congratulations to win.
And Diogo, what were you thinking? You missed a big chance in the 90th minute of the first game of the final. Did you think that was the chance missed then?
Yeah, of course. If I score, the game is over. But if he scored in the last one, before that one, he has a good chance as well. But I think I was closer to win in the golden goal.
So congratulations to Diogo Jota. We can see confirmation. Wolverhampton Wanderers are the champions, the ePremier League inaugural invitational champion. Wolverhampton Wanderers and Diogo Jota. Wow, what a final we witnessed. Congratulations, Diogo. Been absolutely brilliant all tournament. Absolutely fantastic tournament, that.
Yeah,
Joe,
brilliant tournament, wasn't it? Brilliant tournament, brilliant final. Diogo Jota has just been a masterful performer with the pad, really. Swept across side everybody going into the final. Made light work of a semi-final against a very good opponent in Dwight McNeil. And that game had it all. Defensively, both of those players are as good as you will see at FIFA. And finally, 170 odd minutes, was it, into golden goal? We got a winner from Diogo Jota with one of those front post timed finishes that have become so synonymous with FIFA 20.
Yeah, Harry, let's bring you in. I think I'm right in saying you called it goals galore in that final. It was. We didn't see goals for ages, mate.
You know what? I got one right. I did say that Jota could win this one, but Trent was defensively, it was amazing. I think he done a great job. He made it very hard for Diogo to actually get into the rhythm of play, but quality spoke over everything. I mean, that goal with the near post was so cute, such a nice finish. A finish you probably see from him in real life as well. But Trent can leave with this with his head held high because he lost to a very, very good FIFA player, Joe.
Yeah, I think he probably lost to the tournament's best player. Diogo Jota put in so many complete performances. If you rewind back to the round of 16 stage, when he dispatched of Wilfred and Ndidi, he made that look easy, didn't he? 8-2. Then Lys Mousset had beaten Todd Cantwell, who was meant to win this tournament, 6-2. And then Diogo Jota really made him look quite average. In the semi-final stage, of course, today, Dwight McNeil, one of the tournament's best defenders, managed to keep Neil Maupay out yesterday. Well, he was made to look easy as well for Diogo Jota. So that final game really shows how good Trent Alexander-Arnold is, but still nobody can match Diogo Jota. He's represented Wolves at esports level. He's representing Portugal at esports level, and you can see why, Smithy.
Yeah, you can see one. It's interesting hearing him chat afterwards, just seeing how stressed he was, wasn't he? Oh, he did. He wiped his hands. That wasn't something we saw from him in the tournament so far. And he was very modest. He was very gracious in victory, saying how well Trent Alexander-Arnold played in that final. And it gave him such a great game. We hadn't seen that in the tournament so far. So I think it's only right that we end by talking about our EPL Invitational winner, worthy winner, Harry. Diogo Jota, over the course of the final, has been the best player, hasn't he?
Yeah, 100%. I think Joe mentioned when we first started on day one that he is a very good player. And I was not to know about that until I saw him actually play. And he's been absolutely sensational. He hasn't dipped in his performance at all. There hasn't been a game where I thought he could lose it apart from the final because it was very, very even. But very, very, very well-crowned champion. He deserves it. And I think the Wolves fans will be very, very happy about this one, Smithy.
Yeah, you've been chatting to the fans all week, Harry. I imagine there's loads of Wolves fans very ecstatic. They were quite confident going into this, weren't they? They said that Diogo Jota was the favourite. He's going to win. They're very confident. Diogo had a tougher final than we expected, but Wolves fans must be absolutely delighted that they have got the victory.
Oh, absolutely delighted. They've actually nicknamed him the Wizard. So if that name starts ringing bells, then that's going to be amazing. But no, it's been a great, great day for football, for the Premier League as well. But it's been amazing for the two players and all the 20 players that actually contributed to this tournament. Been great, Smithy.
Yeah, well said, Harry. That is all we have time for. Massive thanks on behalf of all of us. Joe, Harry, it's been a fantastic tournament. The Premier League organised a brilliant tournament. All 20 clubs involved. And congratulations to the first ever ePremier League Invitational champion, Diogo Jota of Wolves. Please stay home, stay safe, save lives. It's been a fantastic week. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.